up top are getting this as the Anderson County Mavericks come out on the field, and wow, it's quite a presentation here. Oh, there's some more fireworks coming from across the field, and that's just getting the Oak Ridge team fired up as fireworks in red and green are coming from the 50-yard line, and now they're going above the stadium, and there's just fireworks everywhere. It's pandemonium. Anderson County.
I tell you what, you have to admit, though, it's a nice entrance. I mean, I've never seen this in our days of doing as many games as we've done. It's a very impressive show they've got.
I remember we were at Oodlewall in 05, if you remember that. They had fireworks after the ball game, but not anything like this. I mean, the fireworks continue to go off here in Anderson County. Here come the Mavericks onto the field. It almost kind of takes away from the Maverick team coming onto the field because it is smoke-covered field and there's fireworks and loud sonic booms all over the stadium, and I wasn't even paying attention to the Mavericks as they ran onto the field.
I agree. It does take a little bit away. I mean, this is a that's a big entrance, and with the lights and the smoke and the Wizard of Oz flames, but they had, thousands of dollars worth of fireworks. Very impressive. That's a nice touch.
We're about to have the captains wandering out to the center of the field. And what do you think about this Maverick out on the center of the field? There's a painted Maverick. It almost looks like a skull of a Maverick, though.
It's very nice, and I mean, you can just look. Somebody spent a lot of time on that. You can see it. It's not like it's just white and black. It's shaded with gray. I mean, it's very, very impressive, very nicely done.
Wow,
and the scoreboard's gone out. It looks like.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised because there was so much fireworks going off. As they hopefully they can get that. There's nothing worse than playing a ball game when there's no clock. As the captains are rolling out to the center of the field for the Wildcats, and these four guys are the official captains for the season. You've got the team voted yesterday on the captains, and obviously these are the guys that have been elected. I see Zach Zulliger, Chris Harder, Jonathan Hairston, I believe, and James Norman. Doesn't surprise me at all.
Nice group. Four guys who work extremely hard, good kids, make good grades. Exactly the four I'd probably pick.
And they're having the toss of the coin, and the Mavericks are wearing their all blue pants and blue jerseys. They've got their silver helmets. As the officials, the toss of the coin is there. The Anderson County Mavericks have won the toss. They will defer. So the Wildcats will be receiving the opening kickoff. And we're about to have football for you here in this sixth game of the 2009 season. And it's a big district ball game. Anderson County comes in undefeated in district play, 4-0. They have victories over the same teams that we have, Powell, Central, and Halls. Their other victory was over Campbell County, who we will not play until the 10th week of the year. So they've played basically the same teams. Their one loss was to Morristown East in the first game of the year.
Wow, good schedule, almost a mimic of ours, and you would expect them to win those games. So I'm telling you, I'm excited about this game. I mean, I really think this is going to be I'm going to be surprised if not go down until the last couple minutes in this ball game.
We're on FM 101.1. We're also on AM 1290 WATO, the voice of the Wildcats since 1948, minus last year. We're also on prepradio.com and Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. The officials are about set, and we're about to have football for you here. And the weather cleared off nicely. It rained most of the day, and the forecast was kind of iffy, but we've got nice clear skies above the field here and just out on the outskirts. I guess this is officially still Clinton. I think Clinton maybe annexed this to get some of these businesses near the interstate, so I guess we're in Clinton.
I would think so. I assume. I mean, I don't. If you're not in Clinton, where would you be here?
In Anderson County, I guess, but I think they've annexed all the way to the interstate. I might be wrong there, and I'll probably get calls and letters as the Wildcats will be preparing to receive the kick. Tyrus Henderson will drop back to receive the kick. He's standing back at around the 5-yard line. It's kind of dark in here.
Very dark.
Nick Beatty is their kicker, and Coach Saunders was telling me they have a nice little kicker. And what do you know? It was up.
Lights.
As the two teams are getting ready here, the Anderson County Mavericks will be kicking from left to right. Tyrus standing back inside the 5-yard line. There's a cowbell right in front of us. Reminds me of Pat Davis Dorsey, who used to bring a cowbell and still does when she comes to the ball games. As the clock is still not operating, the scoreboard is not working. And you know who their athletic director is here, Scott?
I do not know.
Gary Terry, remember Coach
Gary? I didn't know he was the athletic director. I saw where he's the assistant head coach, and I know Gary very well. He's actually the uncle of one of Stephen's longtime baseball teammates, so I know Gary very well.
It's a small world. The clock is still not working, and here comes the kickoff. It's a squib kick. It's going to be fielded by maybe Tyrus at the 15. Picks it up there and moves the ball up the field to the 20. Tries to get outside. Tries to turn the corner and does not. That's tackled right at the 20-yard line. You know, I noticed the other day in a junior varsity ball game, they like to get them behind the wedge, but sometimes you just want to just turn it up the field and go, and there was no room at all as he tried to get to the corner. And the field, obviously, you could see is kind of slippery.
Yeah, it kind of surprised me. You know, it didn't rain that much, and it stopped raining about 3 o'clock or so. You would think that the field would be fairly dry, but I believe it was Ryan Hall who tried to get the ball and just, you know, his feet came completely out from under him.
Here come the Wildcats up to the line. The running back is Rocky Flood. They've got receivers left and right, including Ryan Hall, Morgan Guymon, Jordan Woolard. And Zach Witherspoon, the quarterback, is sophomore Bradley Zulliger. He hands it off to the running back, and he tiptoes his way across the 25-yard line and has tackled it around the 26. Big hole opened up on the left side of the Oak Ridge line. Chad Blakely makes the stop. There's a nice big hole on the left side of the line, and it's a big gain on first down on the first play of the ball game. Gain of about 5.
We know that's what this team really, really needs. They've got to get one of those running backs to carry a load, the ball 3 times, and
Valadon, Jeff Cole, Jonathan Hairston, and James Norman are the offensive linemen for the Wildcats. The Oak Ridge comes from the eye this time. Bradley almost trips and falls. He's going to run the ball up the field. He's at the 30 and picks up a first down. Bradley Zulliger kind of slipped as he, in the middle part of the field, is obviously really slick, and he was able to get the ball to the 30-yard line. So I believe they'll give him the first down. Indeed, he's right at the 30. It'll be 1st and 10 Oak Ridge. The clock is not working. The scoreboard is not operating, although it ticked down all the way until kickoff, and here at kickoff it is not functioning. Here comes Oak Ridge to the line. Once again, receivers left and right. The Wildcats moving right to left here. Shotgun formation for Bradley Zulliger. 4-man front for the Mavericks. Low snap, handoff goes Ryan Hall. Ryan Hall moves the ball forward for a gain of 3. Tackled it around the 33-yard line. The stop is made by Michael Idles. It'll be 2nd down and about 7 yards to go. But once again, you can see some big holes being opened up by the Oak Ridge line.
Absolutely, they're doing very well. And you look at just on size, Anderson County's defensive line is not nearly as big as what Oak Ridge's offensive line is, so that should be a great matchup. It looks like they've got the clock going again.
Jordan Woolard, Morgan Guymon split off to the far right. Zach Witherspoon here to the left side. Bradley rolls to his right, has some time, dumps the pass to a wide open man. Pass is caught down the sideline 50 to the 45-yard line and dives forward to the 40, and that'll be another Oak Ridge first down. The catch is made out on the flat by Oak Ridge's Morgan Guymon. It'll be 1st and 10 Oak Ridge.
Just a nice safe route. They had two guys going out in pattern. One went to the post, one went to the out. Bradley Zulliger made a nice throw. Morgan Guymon makes a nice catch, makes a nice move to get open, and picks up another 7 or 8 yards after the catch.
Ball's at the 40-yard line. They'll reset the clock in the second quarter, I'm assuming, as the Wildcats come up from the Anderson County 40-yard line. Here's the handoff to the running back straight up the middle. There's a big hole across the 35-yard line. Tackled at that point by the Anderson County Mavericks. It'll be a gain of close to 5 yards once again as Oak Ridge moves the ball to the Anderson County 35. We're on AM 1290 WATO, Oak Ridge Schools Television, Channel 15. We're on the internet, prepradio.com. And on FM 101.1, officially, it's about a 5-yard gain, maybe a little less. We'll call it 2nd down. A long 5 to go for a first. 2 receivers to the split to the left side for the Wildcats. Bradley from the shotgun once again. The center is James Norman. Back straight drop to pass. Floats it down the middle of the field. Zach Witherspoon into the end zone. Touchdown, Oak Ridge. The Wildcats score. Zach Witherspoon, his first score as an Oak Ridge High School Wildcat, and Oak Ridge leads 6-0.
No, I believe it's only his second catch as well, but a beautiful throw and a wide open Zach Witherspoon right in the middle of the field. Ran a nice pattern, blew right by the free safety. Nice throw, nice catch. 6 points for the Wildcats.
And in to attempt the extra point will be the freshman Brett Beeler. The holder is Captain Zach Zulliger. The long snapper will be Captain James Norman. 6-0 Oak Ridge, and the Wildcats go for the extra point. Here's the snap. It's low. The kick by Beeler is on its way. He drills it up, and it is good. 7-0 is our score. Oak Ridge in the lead. We'll take a break. We'll send it off to Tim Youngkin. We'll be back to Anderson County High School in 60 seconds. Back here at Anderson County High School, Brett Beeler prepares to kick. It looks like he's going to do a little pop-up kick. Anderson County trailing 7-0. A very nice drive by the Wildcats. Their opening drive, crisply marched the ball down the field. He drills it. It's going to be fielded at the 15 to the 20 to the 25-yard line, trying to get outside, and does for a bit, and then he's tackled it around the 33. The runner was Zane Roberts. Tackle was made all the way across the field. I don't know about you. It's hard to see for me. It's hard to see their numbers.
It's very well. We're back probably about as far as we've ever done a game, and we're way back here. And the only way I can basically is with binoculars. But nice return that time on a pretty decent pooch kick.
Zane Roberts splits off to the right side. Here comes the Anderson County Mavericks. They've got some really good receivers. They've got a strong arm quarterback as the whistle blows, and immediately play is halted, as the quarterback is going to be Tanner Williams. Tanner is a 5'11", 180-pound junior. The Wildcats have a sideline warning, and so the Wildcats, there's a line now that they put on the field just outside, and only 3 coaches are allowed within that line. So all the Wildcats are back behind there. It's no penalty associated with it, just a warning. First down, 10 yards to go. Shotgun once again for the Mavericks. 1st and 10, starting this drive at the 32-yard line. High snap, quarterback to pass, feeling pressure, and he is going to be sacked. Sacked at the 32-yard line. Look down the field, nobody came free. Big defensive play by Robert Austin, 6'4", 230-pound senior. It'll be a loss of a yard on the play. 2nd down and 11 yards to go. We don't have any idea how much time is left on the clock. The clock did not work to start the first quarter, and they've got it fixed now, but they're going to, I'm sure, keep it on the field until the end of the first quarter. I do know it's 2nd down, 11 yards to go as they move from left to right here. Shotgun once again, 3 receivers to the right and 1 to the left. High snap goes to the running back, and he moves the ball forward and breaks a couple tackles, breaks several tackles. He's in the secondary, moves the ball across the 50 and goes out of bounds. And he's pushed out of bounds by Morgan Guymon. Some missed tackling by the Wildcats. A nice play, though. Instead of centering it directly back to the quarterback, it went directly to the running back, and he got a first down.
Yeah, very nice play. And I tell you what, the kid, the 22 Blakely, he's very quick. Made a lot of good lateral moves. They've got him listed here as 6 feet, 185. Doesn't look that big, but very good lateral movement.
So it's first down for the Mavericks in Oak Ridge territory at the 46-yard line. They'll come from the shotgun once again. The Wildcats showing blitz. Once again, it goes back to the back, and this time no place to go. He's hit right at the 45-yard line. The stop is made by the Wildcats, and I'm not sure. It might have been Tracy Hunt who makes the stop. The Wildcats have Hunt. They've got Cody Roach in the ball game. The Wildcats, Harris King and Robert Austin. The linebackers are for Oak Ridge, Harder, Ingham. Wildcats also have in there Morgan Guymon, Brian Loeffler, Johnny Van, and Tyrus Henderson. 2nd down, 9 yards to go from the Oak Ridge 45-yard line. Quarterback to pass. Across the way, pass is incomplete. Morgan Guymon, the defender, tripped as he slipped on the wet turf, and the pass was low. It's incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd down and 9.
Well, he slipped or tripped one, and then the receiver actually kind of fell over him, and I think the Anderson County people would like to see a pass interference, but it'd be very hard to call that one, and brings up 3rd and a very long 9 yards.
Ball's resting right at the Oak Ridge 46. Oak Ridge wearing their all-white jerseys with cardinal numerals, silver pants. The Mavericks moving left to right. 3rd down, 9 yards to go. Oak Ridge on top, 7-0 here at Anderson County High School. Quarterback gets the snap this time, rolls to pass. Pass is caught by a wide-open receiver. The defensive man falls down, but he picks up a first down. He's got a bullet arm. Zane Roberts is the man who makes the catch. He is a 5'9", 170-pounder. I saw Zach Zulliger out there defending. He slipped as he tried to make a move to get to the guy. Just roped it out there, and it's another first down for Anderson County.
Yeah, he really did. A very strong arm that time, a quarterback, and it surprised me. I didn't think it'd be this slippery out there, but you've seen guys fall over. Could be a huge factor in this ball game tonight.
Once again from the shotgun, the Mavericks come up. The ball's now at the 34-yard line. 7-0 Oak Ridge in the lead. We're in the first quarter. Time is being kept on the field here in the first quarter. Here's the snap. It's high. The quarterback wants to pass. It's batted away and knocked down by Oak Ridge. Nice play by Tracy Hunt. Tracy Hunt, they list him as 6'2", 200-pound senior. And I tell you, that's a guy that really has come on this year. He played a couple years ago, did not play last year. And, boy, this year he's been big time for the Wildcats.
He really has. And he shows up, they've got 2 good-looking bookends there with he on one side and Robert Austin on the other side.
Second down, 10 yards to go. The ball's at the 34-yard line. 7-0 Oak Ridge. Maverick ball. They're moving towards their high school, which is to our right. Shotgun for the quarterback once again. It goes to the running back, and he's dragged down right at the line of scrimmage by Oak Ridge once again. The stop is made by Brian Loeffler right at the 35-yard line. So to bring up 3rd down and 10, and they've had 3rd and long a couple times. They've been able to convert. Nice play by Loeffler.
It was a great play by Loeffler, and I tell you what, he's got a lot of running room if Brian doesn't get him. Brian makes a tackle right at the line of scrimmage, maybe even lost a half a yard or so, but there's clear running room if he gets by Loeffler. Nice job once again by Brian.
From the Anderson County 35-yard line, 3rd down, 11 yards to go. Once again, they'll come up. The quarterback, Tanner Williams, 5'11", 180-pounder. Shotgun formation once again. Here comes the snap. He goes back to the right. Pass is cut. Then boom! A nice play by the Wildcats. And the stop is made by Morgan Guymon. And it'll be no gain on the play. It'll be 4th and 10.
Well, I'll tell you what's a great play that time by Morgan. They ran that little rocket screen, and being a receiver himself, he knew exactly what was going on, and he closed on him. As soon as he knew what was going on, he immediately closed on him, kind of tripped him up from behind. But looks like Anderson County, there's official timeout right here for number 3's uniform. Something wrong with it.
Well, there's blood. They're looking all over him to make sure there's nothing. The official, they're going to send him out. So out of the game will come one of their top receivers, Zane Roberts. Evidently, he's got a little blood on him, and he's coming out of the ball game. Anderson County will have to bring somebody in or use a timeout here, because that was an official's timeout. They're going to have to substitute a new guy in the ball game, and coming into the ball game for the Mavericks, number 21, Keenan Reynolds, another receiver, 5'9", 185-pound senior. 4th down and about 11 yards to go as Anderson County goes for it on 4th down at the Oak Ridge 35-yard line. Kind of an early gamble, I think, for them at the 35-yard line. If the Wildcats, as crisply as they were able to move the ball down the field, it's pretty good field position if the Wildcats.
Wow, 4 receivers on one side.
That's to the left side. The quarterback rolls that way. Here comes the pass to the right side, and the man's open, and the catch is dropped. He dropped it. It was right in his hands, and he just couldn't hold on to it, and that's the big stud receiver that we've been talking about. He just couldn't hold on to it. Morgan Guymon defending, and the Wildcats take over on downs.
Wow, big play that time. I tell you what, nice play. They set up. They've got 4 receivers on the left side. The quarterback takes about 5 steps to the left side like he's going to throw it to all his 4 receivers, and then he throws the ball all the way across the field to their stud, to number 6, Wilson, a good-looking player, one of the fastest guy on the team, and just goes right through his hands.
Here comes Oak Ridge back on offense, leading 7-0 here in the first quarter. Starting this drive at the 35-yard line, 2 receivers to the left, single man to the right. Handoff goes to the back. Rocky Flood hitting the backfield, tries to break tackles, just gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Stop is made by David Mabe, a 5'9", 190-pound junior. Yeah, Rocky, since the Central ball game, really hasn't been able to get on track.
Well, he started off well. He had a nice little run. I think his first time he carried 9 yards. The thing I say about Rocky, and don't know for sure because he hasn't run the ball, looks like he's always wanting to get that home run. Sometimes, hey, 3-yard gain is great. Take what they give you, and then every now and again, you can break the big one.
Morgan Guymon, Jordan Woolard split off to the left. 2 receivers to the right for the Wildcats. Bradley Zulliger, 2nd and 10, rolls to his left. Might run it. Lots of pressure. He is going to run it 35. Gets a block from Woolard, or tried to. Moves the ball to the 43-yard line. Jordan was looking for somebody to block, and Bradley was able to get the ball to the 43-yard line, shy of a first down. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 4 yards to go. 3rd and 4, Scott, as the Wildcats have it at the 43.
Jordan was open at the very first, just ran a little stop route, and Bradley didn't see him. Actually looks like maybe a defensive end had dropped, and he couldn't see him. He goes to run. Jordan tries to block. There's 2 guys there. He picks one. The other guy makes the tackle, but good effort that time by Jordan.
Zach Witherspoon splits off to the right. Single coverage by Zane Roberts on him. I formation for Oak Ridge. It's about 2 yards the Wildcats need for a first. 3rd down and 2. Up to the line, Bradley rolls to his right, looks to pass, dumps it. Rocky Flood can't make the catch. He's blasted right at the 40-yard line by number 10 for them.
It was actually the intended receiver was Ryan Hall.
Okay. As the Wildcats will send their punt team onto the field, and they'll punt the ball away. And here's our first look. And what is his number?
21.
And what was your number?
21.
So that's kind of cool, as he's going to punt for the first time for the Wildcats. Stephen Munger. And he'll be punting, and it'll be 4th down at about 2. We're in the first quarter in a 7-0 ball game. The long snapper is James Norman, and here's a good snap, no pressure, And Steven gets a line drive spiraling kick. It's going to back up the man to the 10, up the field to the 15, and he's tackled right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage by the Wildcats, and a nice punt by Stephen Munger.
Wow, yeah, it was a very little low, but he got it to turn over and had great coverage. I'm not sure who that was on the tackle, but who was that? Not sure who it was on the tackle, but very nice.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Mavericks. They'll start this drive at the 20-yard line. 7-0 is our score. Oak Ridge in the lead as we play from Anderson County High School. Both teams are undefeated in district play. Oak Ridge comes in at 3-0 in the district. Anderson County comes in at 4-0. As the Mavericks come up once again, receivers left and right. Once again, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. They throw the ball, and Coach Blade told me in the pregame that they're liable to throw it 40 to 45 times in this game. Quarterback from the shotgun, 1st and 10. Back to pass, rolls in trouble, fires a pass. It's going to be caught, I believe, at the 25-yard line on a low catch by David Mabe. Pretty good defense, and by the Wildcats out there. I think it was Alex Ingham, but it really wasn't a great pass, but a nice reception by the receiver, and it's a gain of about 5.
It is. And I think one thing I just see their offensive line, their 2 tackles look like they're about a yard off the ball. And it's surprising to me that the Oak Ridge coaching staff hadn't said something to the officials about, see where they're lined up? Get those guys up on the line.
Here's the snap directly to the back, and he's blasted in the backfield and will lose about 2. Stop is made in the backfield by Brian Loeffler and one other Wildcat.
I believe that was number 1, Zach Zulliger.
So you got 2 plays, and that's a nice little play, but they use it a lot. They just direct snap to the running back. Not a bad looking play.
Well, it worked to perfection the first time they ran it. That time they weren't quite as lucky, and brings up a really big play for them right now, 3rd and 5.
From their own 25-yard line, they'll have everyone tight end now as they'll come to the line, moving left to right here. Man comes in motion. They've got one receiver now. That's number 6. That'll be Wilson to the right. They roll to pass. Pressure pass is going to be caught. And somehow he was wide open out here, and he was able to get the reception. Is that some kind of a breakdown? Because I don't think there was anybody really around him.
Yeah, he lined up on the left side, and then he came in motion, so it's not like somebody didn't see him, but there wasn't anybody around him anywhere. And especially on a 3rd and 5, you think they're going to go out into about 6, 7, 8 yards, and indeed what they did. So could have been a blown.
The first down for the Mavericks. They've got the ball at the 34-yard line. They've converted on a couple of these 3rd down situations. Now they've got it 1st and 10 at their own 34, moving left to right. Keep looking at the clock here. The clock hasn't functioned since the beginning of the ball game. Once again, he comes in motion, this time trailing him all the way. Here's a little Utah pass, and let's see if Brian can get him, and he does. Nice tackle by Brian Loeffler once again. Grabbed him just barely, and he says something to him, and they're going to give an unsportsmanlike conduct to the Wildcats. You cannot celebrate like that. Brian made a great open field tackle and then said something, and that's going to cost the Wildcats. Not a very smart play by Mr. Loeffler.
No, not at all. And indeed, they're going to get a 15-yard unsportsmanlike, and he made a great play. Nice open field play, and Nate ran that little Utah pass, and it looks like there was nobody around him anywhere except for Brian Loeffler. Makes a great play. If he doesn't tackle him, he's got some green fields ahead of him, but nice play. You just got to keep your mouth shut.
Wildcats in the lead, 7-0 as we play here in the first quarter. And the penalty will be stepped off against Oak Ridge. The Wildcats playing with Tyrus Henderson, Zach Zulliger, along with Johnny Van and Morgan Guymon in the secondary. The linebackers for Oak Ridge, Alex Ingham, Chris Harder, Brian Loeffler. The ends are for the Wildcats, Tracy Van, Robert Austin. And the Wildcats have in the game now at tackle James Norman and Jonathan Hairston. The ball's moved up to the 50-yard line. Anderson County has it 1st down and 10 yards to go. The ball right in the center of the Maverick face, painted on the field at the 50-yard line. Quarterback from the shotgun, 3 receivers to the left, single man to the right. He rolls to his left. Here comes pressure. The Wildcats get a lot of pressure. The pass is going to be caught out there, and then he dropped the ball. They're going to say a reception, and then he went out of bounds right at the 38-yard line, and they'll have it 1st down, 10 yards to go. The Wildcats are playing off the receivers.
Yeah, it looks like, and that time the quarterback just rolls out, and he's got 3 people out in the patterns, and the receiver ended up catching the ball and runs about a 12-yard out, and he's got, for a lefty, I tell you what, he throws, he's got a very good arm, kind of slow delivery. Got a very slow delivery, but he's got a very strong arm.
Ball's at the 38-yard line of Oak Ridge. 7-0 is our score. Mavericks trailing. They've got the ball, though, and moving. Started this drive back at the 20. Here's a snap to the running back. Looks for a hole and finds it, and then he's belted down pretty good by Zach Zulliger at around the 30-yard line. That time he exploded. He got the direct snap, and there was, maybe it's just an option. He looks at how the defense is set up. There was really nobody on that right side, and he just exploded around that end, and Zach made a nice play, but still a gain of 6 on the play.
Yeah, they came out and they hooked our defensive end out there, and 22 Blakely just gets the direct snap and just, like you said, explodes. I mean, he's a quick guy and very fast.
Up to the line they'll come, and now play is halted. Let's see if that's the end of the quarter. As a timeout is asked for, it is the end of the first quarter. So we've played 1 quarter of football here at Anderson County High School. The Wildcats of Oak Ridge on top by a score of 7-0. Let's send it off to Tim Youngkin. We'll be back to Anderson County High School in 60 seconds.
They used to play that in baseball. I don't see that in him when I see him.
He's laid back most of the time, except when the sports comes in. He's just overly competitive. Look at a nice chain out from first play. That's all it'll take. Stroman doesn't do that to him. That's a mistake. You know. About as coachable as you can get.
Oh, yeah.
Back here at Anderson County High School, David Clary, Scott Munger, Colby Merriman, our engineers back at the stations, the various stations, Aaron Cowanbanker and Tim Youngkin. We've got other camera guys. I'll get to those in a moment. Second down at about 4 yards to go. Opening play of the second quarter. Here comes the reverse, and they're going to throw back to the quarterback, who's going to throw it or run it. He's going to turn the ball up the field, and is boom, belted right at the 29-yard line. And Anderson County fans up a little bit. But, if you're running with the football, you have if you don't just get out immediately, you're going to get popped. And that's an interesting looking play. Lots of different people handling the ball.
I looked up. I didn't realize they were starting, and I see the ball going everywhere. But they tried to run that little double reverse, and they actually kind of threw it back to the quarterback, but it was a lateral, so the ball's still in play. He can still throw it. And Oak Ridge did an outstanding job of covering. They only sent one guy out, and I think it may have been Morgan, maybe Johnny Van one back there did a great job of covering on that play.
Short of a first down. It'll be third down and about a yard to go. Of course, they went for it deeper, or backed up a little farther on fourth down earlier. So they're in 4-down territory for sure at the 28-yard line. 11:54 to play second quarter. I think the clock is stopped maybe again after as well 6 seconds still. It was a very quick as the quarterback's from the shotgun, drops back to pass, feeling pressure, pass is caught in the middle of the field and up the field. He's tackled, but he picks up a first down. Alex Ingham and a couple others, Johnny Van, I believe, Tracy Hunt may be around the ball. I'm not sure exactly. Zach Zulliger. It'll be 1st and 10 for Anderson County. The ball at the 22-yard line. I like their offense. I mean, they do a lot of different things with it.
Oh, it's fun, and I tell you what, you're going to see a lot of this tomorrow night if you're going to watch the Auburn team play, and it's very similar offense.
Two receivers split to the right, David Mabe and Zane Roberts. They've got two guys to the left side. Once again, they've got Blakely in the backfield, and the quarterback from the shotgun. Once again, a direct snap to the back, and he moves the ball forward, breaks one arm tackle, and gains 4 or 5 yards. He was initially popped after a gain of about 3. Then he kept driving, and the Wildcats didn't wrap him up, and he picks up great yardage inside the 20-yard line all the way down to the 17, where it'll be 2nd down and 3.
Yeah, once again, Blakely on that direct snap goes straight up the middle, and I believe he was first hit by Chris Harder. Doesn't miss too many tackles, but missed one there. I'm sure he'll get him next time.
Two receivers split to the right, two to the left once again. Quarterback once again from the shotgun. 2nd down, a long 3 to go for a first. Back to pass. Here's the pass. Dropped. Another drop by the Mavericks. That one, he's so wide open. Zane Roberts that time was the intended receiver. Hit him right in the numbers. Wildcats backed off of him once again. They would have had a first down at around the 10-yard line. Tyrus Henderson defending, and now it's going to be 3rd down and about 4. Ball's resting right at the 17-yard line. Anderson County waiting to get the play in, a little slow. Comes in once again. Quarterback is Tanner Williams. I mentioned him. He's a junior, 5'11", 180-pounder. We'll be dealing with him another year. He'll be back next year, I would assume. 2 receivers to the left side, 2 to the right. Shotgun once again. High snap. Back to pass. Strong arm pass is going to be dropped again. Another drop right at the 10-yard line. Morgan Guymon defending, and this time the receiver was Josh Wilson. 2 passes to him, 2 drops.
Man, that's hard to believe. This kid, this kid's a Division I player. Like I said, he's got great speed, big, tall kid. He's probably 6'3", 6'4", and we've got a flag. And it looks like the quarterback may have been going to talk to the referee, and he just chunked a big flag right there.
It's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct, Anderson County.
And he did. Wow.
Yeah, he was standing. The rest of the huddle had already gone back, and he was standing right in the midst of the Oak Ridge defense and the officials.
Yeah, he was across the line of scrimmage talking to the referee, and I don't have any idea what he said or complaining about, but it didn't take long for, I guess that's the back judge. He brought the 15-yarder out, and that brings up a difference in 4th and 4 and 4th and 19. That'll get you beat, in a big game.
Ball's walked back to the 32-yard line. Anderson County called for the unsportsmanlike conduct. 7-0 is our score, and I believe first time in a couple of weeks, our opponent has been penalized. As Anderson County was penalized here, it'll be 4th down and 19 yards to go. They need to get the ball down to around the 13 for a first. Shotgun once again. Here comes some pressure. Lots of pressure. Quarterback's in trouble. Just throws it up for grabs. It could have been intercepted by Morgan Guymon. That was a very poor decision by the quarterback. I think he assumes the big Wilson down there is going to go up and get anything he throws to him. Wildcats had double coverage on him. There was no way in the world the Wildcats take over on downs.
You think about it, it's not a bad decision. It's 4th down. So Oak Ridge intercepts the ball. It actually moves the ball back, for that much further. And, actually Oak Ridge may have caught a break by having it be incomplete.
Yeah, I agree with that, actually, because Morgan had a good position on. He would have gone down inside the 15-yard line. So I agree with you, Scott. You come up with some really smart things. After the line will come the Wildcats. First down, 10 yards to go. The ball's at the 32. Shotgun formation for Bradley Zulliger. Bradley's going to run it straight up the gut, and he lowers his shoulder as he normally does and moves the ball forward to across the 35-yard line, tackled at the 36. You were a backup quarterback and played some of that in high school and college. What kind of wear and tear is it on a guy to run like that at the quarterback position?
Some guys are built for it and some guys aren't. Bradley's a thick kid, a strong kid. He'll be fine. You don't want to do it. What you don't want to do is you start getting little nicks and you get, elbow, you get bruises and your arms and your shoulders get sore. Sometimes it gets hard to, your arms get real heavy.
2nd and 7. Bradley's going to go deep this time with a pass. And that's
got to be. What is that?
Well, Johnny Van wanted a flag, but I don't think we're going to get one. They got tangled up down there at around the 40-yard line, and it's incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 6 yards to go.
Johnny Van's out there is running the post, skinny post down there, and the ball is offline, and he goes to maneuver to the ball, and then the guy's all over him. So, I don't see how that's not, could be considered a pass interference there.
We're down to 9:49 to play in the first half. 7-0 Oak Ridge in the lead. Bradley Zulliger rolls, looks. Jordan Willard's open, but he passes shorter to a man at around the 45-yard line, and that is Brady Hull at the 44. It'll be a first down reception. His 2nd consecutive ball game that Brady Hull has made a catch, and it is a first down for the Wildcats at the 44-yard line. So far, Scott, the high-powered Anderson County offense, which has averaged over 30 points per ball game, has been shut out to this point.
Well, we knew he had a good defense. Oak Ridge's defense has been stellar all year. Maybe check that, after that first game, and really especially since the first game. So it's a good challenge for that offense.
Ryan Hall and Johnny Van split out to the far left. 2 receivers to the right. Bradley's going to pass. Little middle screen. Bradley's going to have to run it. He's going to try to turn the ball at the field. He's running out of bounds. Now dumps one down the way. Pass is thrown out of bounds. It's out of the pocket. Flag goes down. It's probably holding back in the around the 50-yard line where the flag is. That tends to be holding. But we'll see. As the penalty is going to be stepped off against. The Wildcats are already backing up. That time Bradley looked and was trying to get it to Morgan Guymon, but that play has been scouted out well.
Heads up play that time by Bradley. I tell you what, you don't see too many sophomore quarterbacks with that ability to, figure out that things aren't going right. Let me just take my chances. I'm going to throw it out of bounds, and we'll come back and get them on 2nd down. But big penalty right there. It looks like Oak Ridge and D will be caught for a holding penalty. But nice job, Bradley. It's a heads up play.
Penalty yardage is stepped off to around the 39-yard line, so it ends up not being a bad penalty. It's going to be second down and about 15 yards to go. The nose of the ball just shy of the 40. Wildcats looking at their receivers, and Oak Ridge is signaling in the plays differently. I'll talk about that here in a moment as Bradley's back at shotgun once again. Straight drop, lots of time, floats it down the way, pass is incomplete. Pass intended out there for Tyrus Henderson. You know, for the first 5 ball games of the year, Bradley would run over and have a conversation with Coach Blade, and the play was brought into the huddle that way. They've worked all week on hand signals, like we've seen in the past, to try to speed things up and make it a lot easier, and probably less running on Bradley.
Absolutely, and that wears on you as well. After you do your play, you're kind of out of breath anyway, and then you got to run all the way over to the side and get your play, and then come back in the huddle and call the play.
Second down, 15. Handoff goes Rocky Flood. There's a big hole. He's across the 45-yard line up to the 48. Kind of exploded, and that's a 7-yard gain for Rocky Flood. The ball's near midfield. Or Ryan Hall. Why do I get those every single game? If I think it's Flood, it's usually Hall. If it's Hall, it's Flood. But nice run by the freshman, I guess.
Well, now I'm not too sure who that was. It was one of the two. When I saw him coming back to the huddle, I saw Ryan Hall. It may have actually been Rocky, so I'm not sure who it was.
Either way, the Wildcats have it third down at about 7. Bradley Zulliger from the 48-yard line rolls to his right. Looks to pass, dumps the pass, pass is caught. Morgan Guymon, 45 to the 40 and slung out of bounds. Takes out several people on the sidelines, but the Wildcats have it. First down, 10 yards to go. Ball in Maverick territory. Morgan Guymon, Mr. Reliable. They have thrown the ball to Morgan 21 times coming into this game, 21 receptions.
Morgan's a good athlete. Morgan played basketball, of course, a great baseball player, and playing offense, playing defense. I guess he's returned some punts here and there. Morgan's a good athlete. You expect him to catch those things.
Ryan Hall and Zach Witherspoon, who has the Wildcats' only touchdown. They lead at 7-0. He splits off to the left. Morgan and Jordan split off to the right. Here comes Bradley Zulliger running it. Bradley Zulliger up the field, lowers his shoulder, moves the ball to the Anderson County 30-yard line. There was some time during the first part of the week, Scott, when Bradley was ill, that Zach Zulliger was running quarterback, and Zach was looking good at the quarterback position. We have yet to see anybody come in and play quarterback in a meaningful time of any game. David Wright's come in mop-up situations. We haven't seen the true backup, Zach Zulliger, play at all this season.
Well, Zach, of course, he played as a freshman, played as a sophomore, and then got hurt all of his junior year. So Zach knows exactly what's going on there. You wouldn't feel bad at all. Did the whole season, did the whole preseason as the quarterback. So, of course, you don't want anything to happen to your starting quarterback, but, should that happen, Zach will do just fine.
Bradley Zulliger runs the ball again for an Oak Ridge first down. The ball's at the 25-yard line. Wildcats just marching down the field here. 7.5 minutes to play, second quarter. 7-0 is our score as we broadcast from Anderson County High School. The Wildcats with it, first down, 10 yards to go. The ball at the Maverick 25-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Shotgun for Bradley Zulliger, one lone running back with him. Bradley's going to pass again. Fires the pass to Morgan Guymon or somebody else. It's going to be Tyrus Henderson. A nice defensive play. Either Morgan or Tyrus at the post could have made the catch, but a nice deflection by the Anderson County safety to knock the ball away from Tyrus. It'll be second down, 10 yards to go. That was a near touchdown, but a nice play by Anderson County.
Well, I tell you what, I was watching Morgan on that play, and the left side guy on the lineup, Tyrus on the left side did a post, and Morgan on the right side did a post. They kind of met in the middle, but Morgan was wide open. If he throws that ball just a hair quicker and just a little bit over to the right, 6 points, nobody around him anyway.
Second down, 10 yards to go. The ball at the 25-yard line. Bradley has 2 running backs with him now, and he'll hand it off to one of them, and he's moving the ball forward to around the 21-yard line. Going to be careful until he gets up. It is number 10, Ryan Hall, the freshman, carrying the ball. Ryan is 5'11", 144-pound freshman, and he gains about 3, kind of hurdled the guy as he hit the line of scrimmage. Ball's at the 21-yard line. We're ticking it on down, 6:44 to play in the second quarter. Third down, 5 yards to go for the Wildcats.
I'll tell you what I really like about Ryan Hall. You watch him run through the line, always has got two hands on the ball, and obviously, he's been coached that somewhere, but does a nice job of that.
When we were talking a moment ago about quarterbacks running that much, I kept thinking of his brother, Adrian Porter, who was a shifty kind of guy, but I don't think, even as a good of athlete as he was, that he could have taken that pounding, actually.
Well, he's a guy that they're totally, like I said, totally different. Although he could take it, but he's a much more wiry and, a little bit more athletic, great football player.
3rd and 5, Bradley's going to fire a pass. He's going to be almost intercepted. That time he kind of was looking right at his man, Jordan Woolard, and 3 blue shirts emerged on Jordan. The ball is knocked away. It's going to be 4th down and 5 yards to go. The ball's at the 21-yard line. Wildcats waiting for the play. It's going to be brought in through a receiver this time, and Ryan Hall's going to come out. Tyrus Henderson is going to check in. 6:14 to play. Fast-moving first half. 7-0 is our score. Oak Ridge and Anderson County. Anderson County 4-0 in the district. Oak Ridge 3-0 in the district. Up to the line they'll come. Shotgun for Bradley Zulliger. Ball's at the 21-yard line. They need about 5 yards. Bradley straight drop. Looks into the end zone, to the corner. It's up for grabs. It's going to be caught and dropped at the goal line. There was a big, two great athletes going up for it. The ball came down. It's incomplete. And once again, Anderson County will take over on downs.
The ball was underthrown just a little bit, and it looks like Blakey goes up and is going to intercept the ball, and then Tyrus Henderson just yanks him down at the end. Once again, kind of like almost the exact same thing. It'd be nice if he does pick that off, because that backs him up almost to the goal line.
First down, 10 yards to go for the Mavericks. They'll come to the line. The ball's at the 21-yard line. 6:04 to play. 7-0 is our score. Oak Ridge in the lead. Shotgun once again for the quarterback, Tanner Williams. 2 receivers, actually 3 to the right, and they're going to go that way. Here's the pass. It's caught. Blockers in front. Tries to cut up the field and breaks 1 tackle. Then a big collision around the 27. Harris King and a couple other Wildcats were there to make the stop. It'll be a gain on the play of about 7 yards, maybe closer to 8. We'll call it 2nd down and 2.5 yards to go for a first. The catch was made by Zane Roberts again. 5'9", 170-pounder. Coach Blade told me they're going to throw it 40 to 45 times, and that's all they're doing, really.
The only running plays they've had has been that direct snap, and I tell you what, you got a quarterback like that, I'd use him as well.
5.5 minutes to play. First half, Oak Ridge on top, 7-0. Quarterback to pass, cranks it deep down the field, well overthrown. I don't know. Wilson, I think, was the intended receiver, and I don't know if he got held up somehow, but the ball was well overthrown. Incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 3 yards to go.
You throw it that many times. What's the old saying? You throw it, at 3 things can happen and 2 are bad, but that'd be nice. It'd be a great opportunity right in here for an interception.
And that's what Coach Blade said. They, as much as he's going to throw it, we need to pick a few of these off. That's what he said in the pregame show, if you didn't hear that. 3rd down, 3 yards to go. Once again, ball is at the 29-yard line. High snap. The quarterback's rolling, dumps the pass, caught. Nice play by the Wildcats to stop him right at the 30, but I thought he might go a little farther than that. The stop, I think, is made by Morgan Guymon, and I think if he doesn't get him down there, then he might go a lot farther than he did. He does pick up a first down. There was a lot of pressure in on the quarterback, and then looked like he was just going to tuck it and run, but then he looked like a design play, just dumped it over the top, and they pick up a first down.
A really nice play. They just run that little flare out where that running back just kind of loops around, and I believe it's Robert Austin got in between, so instead of throwing it then, he just kind of made a little pump and then just lobbed it over his head and let the running back run into it.
First down, 10 yards to go. Quarterback to pass. Pressured a little bit. Ball is batted away at the line of scrimmage, or did he just move the ball forward? The ball is knocked away at the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss, actually, I thought he threw it. He actually, I guess, lost yardage for a loss of about 2 back at the 31-yard line. It'll be 2nd down, 12 yards to go, 4:32 and counting in the first half. 7-0 is our score. Oak Ridge in the lead. They crisply marched down the field and scored on their opening drive, and since then both teams have had opportunities. Neither team has been able to score. Shotgun once again for Tanner Williams. Back to pass. Wildcats trying to get pressure on him. Here comes a pass down the field. Pass is going to be caught, and it's going to go for a touchdown.
No, you're not going to catch him. Probably the fastest player in East Tennessee.
And on that time, Oak Ridge's defensive back instead of staying with the receiver, tried to get an interception, and the ball went over his head, and it's 7-6.
Yeah, it's tough break right there. I think Morgan had a chance, and just big tall receiver just got behind him just for a little bit, and it looks like the Anderson County Mavericks will be penalized for a little bit too much celebration. Did a couple little dances and handshakes. The referees didn't like it. They're going to be penalized 5 or probably 15 yards on the extra point. Is that on the extra point now, or is they elected to do that on the kickoff?
It's unsportsmanlike conduct. It looks like they're backing them up. We'll see. Well, I guess we're about to find out as the Wildcats in the lead 7-6, but they're going to try to tie the ball game. Nice play. That time, the big lanky receiver Josh Wilson was up for the challenge, and he makes the long reception. And then officials are talking about it, and then let's see. I guess they will penalize them. I guess we'll see on the kickoff. I don't see any movement to where put the ball down. Now they'll all want to talk about it, or they're getting ready to mark it off.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what the rule is. It looks like that will be enforced on the kickoff, so they're going to do their extra point from the regular spot, which, hey, 4 minutes left could be a huge break for the Wildcats.
The kicker for them is Nick Beatty. 7-6, Oak Ridge in the lead. 3:59 to play second quarter. Very high snap, a lot of pressure. Kick is on its way. It's up, and it is no good. Off to the left side. So not only did they miss the kick, they're also going to have to kick off 15 yards back. 7-6, the Wildcats holding on to the lead.
Yeah, big blunder that time, and from here the kick looked good, but it was obviously off to the left, and now I guess Anderson County will kick off from the 20-yard line, 20-yard line, I believe.
The Wildcats will be ready for the return at halftime. Mike Sheehan's doing our statistics for us tonight. We'll have a look at them, and that'll be coming up at halftime. Tim Yunkin, I'm sure, will be tracking down some scores of other ball games going on tonight, and there are a lot of great ball games. I know Clinton's playing Central tonight, and I guess one of the bigger ball games probably is taking place between the Bearden Bulldogs, undefeated Bearden Bulldogs, and the Maryville Rebels, and that's a big district game for them.
I keep looking at Maryville's schedule, and I think they play Farragut next week, and they've played a very tough schedule, as has Farragut, and and Farragut, of course, going down last week. But that will be a very good football game between Maryville and Bearden.
Farragut lost to Riverdale on a field goal at the end of the ball game. So Farragut represented East Tennessee well, and they since lost their #1 ranking, as indeed they'll be kicking from the 25-yard line. Wildcats dropping back Tyrus Henderson back at the 20 as the Mavericks prepare to kick off. Oak Ridge in the lead, 7-6, 3:59 to play here in the first half. A great crowd on hand here as anticipated. It's packed in on one-sided stadium, but there's not a seat in the house here. Big Anderson County, maybe this will become a big rivalry. The two teams have only played 6 times ever, and Oak Ridge leads the all-time series 5-1. Here's the pop-up kick, very short. Going to be fielded by the Wildcats. Brady Hull, he needs to get it. Ball loose on the ground. I think Anderson County's got it. Big loose ball scramble. Very poor decision that time. Well, that's tough because it dropped in between as Anderson County does have the recovery. Johnny Van was the up back, and then behind him was Brady Hull, and the ball dropped behind Johnny, and then it was a little bit, and Brady was a little bit too close to Johnny. He had to reach back for it and didn't get a hold on it and turn the ball over.
It's a tough play. Like you mentioned, it was a perfect kick. It went over one and then right in front of the other, and it bounced up a little higher, I think, than Brady thought it was going to. Couldn't find it, and a big break for the Anderson County Mavericks.
They've got good field position. The ball's at the 42-yard line of the Wildcats, moving right to left here. Once again, they'll split receivers left and right. You got to watch big number 6 over here. 7-6, Oak Ridge in the lead. 3:52 to play. The Mavericks have it, and here comes Oak Ridge's pressure. Quarterback's about to run it. Moves the ball. Harris King tries to tackle him, then they do finally tackle him. Should have had him for a loss, or actually a gain of only about 2, but he's able to squirt forward to the 35-yard line. The Wildcats didn't wrap him up as Harris King and Cody Roach come out of the ball game. Wildcats in the lead, but it's getting kind of a little dicey here. 7-6 our score, 3:27 and counting here in the first half. The ball is resting at the Oak Ridge 35-yard line. Once again, Josh Wilson, senior receiver, splits off to the right side. Got to watch him, and he comes in motion off to the left side, which is the near sideline. Quarterback from the shotgun will pitch it out to the tailback deep in the backfield, tries to turn the corner and is driven out of bounds and stops the clock at around the 33-yard line. Had to get to about that point, but I think from my vantage point, it might be about a half a yard short, but it's all the way across the field. I won't venture to speculate. Actually, where he puts it down, I believe it is going to be short. It'll be third down and about a yard to go. We're down to 3:04 to play in the second quarter. 7-6, Oak Ridge in the lead. Both teams have had opportunities to score actually multiple times, but the only two scores on the board to this point. Quarterback from the shotgun. The Wildcats showing a blitz. Here comes the pass. Batted away at the line of scrimmage by Oak Ridge's Tracy Hunt. It'll be fourth down and a yard.
A big play once again by Tracy Hunt. And I'm thinking between Tracy and Robert Austin, how many balls have they batted down this year? I mean, that's got to be, I'd say, maybe 10.
You know, that's a credit to the coaching, because, you don't always have to get in and sack him. If you just get your hands, especially those two guys, because they're big. As the Mavericks have it fourth down and a yard to go. Down to 2:59 to play. Big play here. Ball's at the 33-yard line. Shotgun once again for Tanner. The Wildcats showing blitz once again. Here comes a quick pass. It's incomplete. The Wildcats are going to take over on downs. Morgan Guymon, either way, Oak Ridge is going to get the ball. So both teams kind of misfiring. Anderson County lets a great opportunity go by the board. And the Wildcats fortunate to get the ball.
Very fortunate. Now, you hope maybe they can come down and score or maybe get a field goal, but big crisis averted there. You think that now all of a sudden Anderson County's got all this momentum. You think they're going to go in and score, and nice defensive stand that time by the Wildcats. Once again, this defense has played extremely well this year.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say very fortunate. They made the difference. They made the plays to get the ball back. Here comes Oak Ridge taking a little time to get to the line. They had set the ball down a while back. The Wildcats need to get a little bit more of a rush here. I formation for Oak Ridge's quarterback Bradley Zulliger. Under center James Norman. The Wildcats jump off sides. The Wildcats, from that whole beginning of the play, did not look sharp. Anderson County was already out on the field ready to play defense. They spotted the ball. The official said it was set. Oak Ridge was still huddling on the Oak Ridge sideline. They had to come across and weren't really sure exactly what happened. It's a 5-yard step off.
No, it did kind of look kind of funny, but I'm trying to figure out, Ryan Hall's playing fullback, and what's he weigh, 148 pounds? So it's kind of funny seeing him up there as a fullback.
Rocky Flood, I would assume, is the tailback here. It's first and 15 for the Wildcats. Oak Ridge gets set. Bradley fakes the handoff, looks, going to move the ball up the field and fire a pass, incomplete. And it'll be for the Wildcats, second down and 15 yards to go, 2:47 to play.
Now I know why. I tell you what, as soon as the ball was snapped, Ryan Hall goes straight out into the flats and was wide open. I think Bradley couldn't see him, or he had a defensive end between the two and couldn't find him. But Bradley gets his eyes open upfield just a little quicker. He sees him, and Ryan Hall's got some running room.
7-6 our score. Oak Ridge in the lead. A missed extra point by the Mavericks. The difference right now, 2:47 to play, second quarter. Bradley Zulliger from the shotgun. Two receivers to the left, two to the right. Bradley's going to run the ball up the field and move the ball across the 30 up to the 33. Let's see if Anderson County starts calling some timeouts. One of their players is slow to get up, and I think he'll come off okay, and that'll be number 31. He's a two-way starter. I think that is Jeremy Kesterson. It'll be third down, 10 yards to go. The Wildcats right all the way at the line, waiting for the play to be signaled in from the sideline. Signaled in from the head coach, the Wildcats, Coach Scott Blade. Now a timeout is asked for. But Anderson County might want to call one a little earlier than that, because if the Wildcats don't pick up the 10 here, they get the ball back with plenty of time.
Yeah, I believe Anderson County was the one who called that timeout. And I tell you what, we're going to take one. It's been a while. We'll take one ourselves. We'll be back to Anderson County in 30 seconds.
Back here at Anderson County High School, third down, 10 yards to go. The ball is at the 32-yard line of Oak Ridge. 2:17 to play second quarter, 7-6 Oak Ridge in the lead. Bradley Zulliger at quarterback, drops back to pass, looks up the field, tucks it, runs it. 40, 45, to the 50. Bradley Zulliger picks up a first down. Bradley's legs do it once again. And Oak Ridge is inside Maverick territory at the 45-yard line.
Tell you what, my play of the game could be the play of the year. Rocky Flood picks up 3 blockers, blocked 3 guys on that play. Picked up one at the line of scrimmage, nudged another one, and then put another guy flat on his back. Outstanding effort as a lead blocker for Bradley Zulliger.
2 minutes to play in the first half. The Wildcats in their hurry up as Bradley rolls to his right. Morgan's open. The pass is going to go incomplete. Tending out here once again for Jordan Woolard. Morgan was open at around the 35-yard line. Defending out there was Dylan Sane of the Anderson County Mavericks. That stops the clock. 1:55 to play. First half, 7-6, Oak Ridge in the lead. The ball's at the 45-yard line. Players shuttling in and out of the game for the Wildcats. The Wildcats have it at the Maverick 45. Jordan Woolard splits off to the right along with Morgan Guymon. 2 men to the left side once again, including Ryan Hall, I believe. Under center this time comes Zulliger. He's going to pitch it to the reverse. They're going to work the ball up to Tyrus Henderson at the 40, Tyrus Henderson at the 35. That is an Oak Ridge first down, but the ball is ripped out of the hands of Tyrus Henderson, and they'll take over. Tyrus Henderson had the ball ripped right out of his hands by a defensive player for Anderson County, and that is a fumble, and Anderson County's Jeremy Kesterson has the ball, and they have it 1st and 10 at the 42. What a play.
What a play. I mean, it's a great play by Oak Ridge. Did a little razzle-dazzle and had kind of like a triple reverse and a big seam that time. And then once Tyrus gets the ball first down, all of a sudden you just see the Kesterson running the other way with it.
I'm watching Tyrus's body language out there. He's better get ready to play some defense. Sack at the 37-yard line. The Wildcats came in strong. I think it was Oak Ridge's Jonathan Hairston, or was it James Norman? James Norman who makes a stop. It'll be a loss on the play. Back to the 38-yard line. 1:24 to play in the first half. 2nd down and 14 yards to go. 7-6. Oak Ridge in the lead. Here come the Mavericks. Once again, Wilson splitting off to the left. They've got 3 receivers to the right once again. Shotgun formation, quarterback, the direct snap to the back. He's in the secondary. And Zach Zulliger pounds him at the 50, shy of a first down by about 2. The sack was lost him so many yards, it looked like he was just going to run forever, but he's still short of a first down. It'll be 3rd down and about 2 yards to go, under a minute to play. The ball's at the midfield stripe. Here come the Mavericks, waiting for the play. The Maverick fans are yelling to their coaching staff, get the play in, get the play in. They don't get it in time, and they have to call a timeout. 45 seconds to play, 2nd quarter, 7-6. And with Big Wilson out there, Josh Wilson, you never feel safe because he's so fast, he's big. If you look how small Oak Ridge's defensive backs are, it's scary.
Absolutely, and especially in a position when you get into one of these, Hail Marys or just launch it deep. He's 6'4". You look at Tyrus Henderson, I think he's 5'6", 5'7", and Morgan's 5'9", maybe 5'8". So they've got a huge advantage there. Hopefully it doesn't get to that point, but this is obviously 3rd and 2. This is now let me ask you this: they don't get it here. Do they kick it away to Oak Ridge, or is this 4-down territory for them? You don't want to give Oak Ridge a chance to add to their 1-point lead.
How many timeouts do they have left? I think they go for it. I think they would. You never know. We'll see.
I think maybe Oak Ridge wants to call timeout if they don't get it here.
The Wildcats have stopped them on some short situations to this point in the game as play is halted, now ready to go. Shotgun once again, 3rd down, 2 yards to go. They jump off sides. 5-yard step off. Number 15, Josh Mays jumps offside. He's a sophomore. Tough break for the kid. 5'10", 190-pounder. And now it's going to make it much longer. 3rd down and about 8 yards to go. So tough break, tough play for a sophomore.
Well, it is. I mean, but if you're a sophomore and you're in, on a big 3rd down, you got to expect them to stay in there. It's no different than, Morgan jumped off sides. You jump off sides, it doesn't matter who you are, you're still going to be in the doghouse.
3rd down, about 7 yards to go. Officially, the ball's at the 45-yard line. 45 seconds to play in the first half. 7-6, Oak Ridge in the lead. Shotgun once again for their quarterback. The Wildcats have 5 on the front. Snap to the quarterback. Rolling. Looks to pass. Pass is going to be caught. Then a nice tackle by Morgan Guymon, but they pick up a first down. once again, I think it was the kid who was offsides just a moment ago, makes a good reception, and it's 1st and 10 for Anderson County. Ball's at the 47-yard line, 36 seconds to play in the first half. Oak Ridge by 1. Shotgun once again. There's just so many receivers, it's hard to cover everybody. As they'll come up once again, play is halted.
I hope they call number 60, their right tackle is 1.5 yards to 2 yards in the backfield. Somebody has got to call them on that. At least call that once.
The officials are talking about it. It is going to be a step off against the Mavericks.
I think they got him that time, and like I said, he was a good 1.5 yards off the ball.
So it'll be a 5-yard step off, walking the ball back inside the 50-yard line at the 49. The Mavericks are ready with that play, and up to the line they'll come. The clock is wound, 29 seconds to play. 7-6, Oak Ridge in the lead. We're in the second quarter. Shotgun, quarterback fires it across the way. Pass intercepted and dropped. Almost picked off by Johnny Van at the 25-yard line. Not a good pass at all. Johnny could have picked it off and taken it the distance. It's incomplete. It'll bring up second down, 15 yards to go. We've got 19 seconds left on the clock.
Well, you saw that, and the receiver, that kid that jumped off sides a minute ago, he's running straight down the middle of the field, and the ball's overthrown. And Johnny Van is either going to make a break on the ball, or number 15 is going to get his head taken off. And Johnny, ended up diving for it. Thought he might have the interception there for just a second. Couldn't quite come down with it.
Once again, they'll come to the line once again. Quarterback from the shotgun, rolls to pass to his right. Now comes back to his left, nearly sacked, a lot of trouble. Boom! Throws up a pass. It's going to be picked off by Morgan Guymon and dropped. Morgan Guymon, your surest-handed receiver, who has not dropped a pass all season long, can't hold on to that one.
That's our fault. We did that. We talked about what great hands he's had, and what we are the blame for that one, David.
Well, I'm sorry, Morgan and Tracy and the family. We apologize for that. Now it is 3rd down, 15. 9 seconds to play in this first half. The ball's at the 49-yard line. Direct snap to the back, and he's running up the field. The Wildcats need to make some solid plays, and they do. Morgan Guymon and Zach Zulliger, 2 seconds to play. That direct snap to the running back, and the Mavericks, the clock will start. They call their final timeout here. Scott?
2 seconds left. You know what this play is going to be. Number 6 is going to be involved. They're going to throw it down as far as they can, and number 6, hopefully, there's going to be a couple Wildcats right on his back.
All of the Oak Ridge coaches went down to the sideline probably a good 5 to 10 minutes ago. They're all down there. Nobody's up on top of the press box, and I guess the entire coaching staff, as you look out on the huddle, looks like they're all out there.
Boy, there is a bunch of them in there, yeah. There's a couple managers, I think, left on the bench, but, they did call timeout, correct? So either, one play left, they're going to throw it deep, or you never know. They may come back and have him as a decoy and come back the other way. But one way or the other, this will be final play of the half.
I'm just glad when you see, I don't know if it was Zach out there with Morgan who made the tackle there. There was just very fundamental tackling to stop that guy. He was ready and waiting for him.
Yeah, absolutely. You just can't give up a big play. You don't want to give up a home run there. And the good tackle by Zach on that play to prevent that.
It is 4th down and 1 yard to go, but there's only 2 seconds. So here we go. The Wildcats secondary dropping back. I would assume they'll go a little farther back. They've got 3 receivers split to the left. Quarterback from the shotgun. Final play of the half unless there's a penalty. Here's the long pass up for grabs to Wilson. Incomplete. Well overthrown. And that is the end of the first half. Well, I know. This was more tense really than the Maryville ball game last week because I don't know. It's Oak Ridge has the lead here, 7-6, and everyone expected a shootout, lots of points. Both teams have scored a lot of points on common opponents. But you got a defensive struggle, 7-6.
Well, but it's a defensive struggle, but yet there's been a lot of offense. A couple turnovers. Oak Ridge, of course, had the one down here, and it looked like things were going well, and then the ball gets stripped out of his Tyrus's hands, and kind of caused this whole fury at the end of the first half. But very exciting. Oak Ridge defense playing very well. They're getting a lot of pressure. I think the key to this game right now is how much pressure are they going to be able to get on the quarterback, and yet have enough to fall back in coverage.
The Wildcats prepare to kick off. It'll be the freshman Brett Beeler to do the honors. Ball's on the tee. We're about set here. 7-6 Oak Ridge. And here's the kickoff of the second half here from Anderson County High School. Next week we'll be at Carnes. Here's the kick. It's a high kick angling to the sideline. It's going to take a bounce and roll dead right at the 15 behind the wedge. Here comes the return man up the field. He tries to get wide, and a nice open field tackle by the Wildcats. And I think it might be Alex Ingham who makes the stop, number 16, sophomore, and good tackle for him. It'll be 1st and 10 for Anderson County. The ball is at the 24-yard line.
I noticed something on that little pop-up kick. Brett Beeler is standing about 2.5 to 3 yards from the ball. His rest of his other 10 teammates are 10 yards behind the ball. He takes 3 steps. They've taken 3 steps. The Oak Ridge team is 7 yards behind the ball when the ball's kicked.
Interesting. As the Mavericks send their offense on the field, they'll come out once again with the same quarterback who started the ball game, and he'll come in from the shotgun. That's Tanner Williams. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Here comes some pressure, a little dump pass, and then a big collision and a gain of about 5. The catch is made by number 3, Zane Roberts. Stop is made by the Wildcats at around the 29-yard line. They'll give him about 5 yards. 2nd down, 5 yards to go. Just underway, 3rd quarter. Oak Ridge on top 7-6. 11:30 to play here in the 3rd quarter from Anderson County High School. Moving left to right are the Mavericks. Big Josh Wilson splits out far to the right. Coverage on him by Morgan Guymon. Shotgun, a deep shotgun for the quarterback. High snap. He's going to be belted. I don't understand that at all. He was deep in the backfield. Got the snap. The Wildcats converged, and they dropped him for a loss of a yard.
Yeah, it was Chris Harder, and that wasn't the quarterback. That was actually that number 22 again, and he's 6 or 7 yards deep and runs it straight up the field. Chris Harder did a nice job of stopping him for no gain, or maybe even about a loss of 1.
It'll be 3rd down and 6 yards to go. The Mavericks moving left to right here as we play here at Anderson County High School. It's a good Maverick team. They're undefeated in the district, 4-0. Once again, they'll have 4 receivers left. Quarterback rolling, lots of pressure. Quarterback is rolling for his life, dumps the pass, is going to be caught for a 1st down, I believe, at around the 44-yard line. Wildcats are just slightly behind the quarterback in getting a sack, but he delivers a nice pass on the Oak Ridge sideline. It'll be 1st and 10. Mavericks, the ball at the 43-yard line. Wildcats in the lead, 7-6. Anderson County quickly to the line. Splitting out receivers to the left and to the right. Wilson's to the left side this time. 2 receivers to the right. He's got a running back with him now in the shotgun. 1st and 10. Handoff goes to that back, trying to get around the corner, and is tackled after a gain of about 2 by Morgan Guymon. You know, Morgan Guymon has never really, he's played safety in his career before, but corner is a different position for him, which means he has more responsibility for tackling on the run and coming up to the line, and very sure tackler.
He really is, and I tell you what, there's a big difference between playing safety and corner. And corner, you know, you're man-to-man coverage a lot. And you're playing safety, you just kind of playing center field and, you know, kind of seeing what's there and then reacting.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. Snap, not a good handoff. The running back's in the secondary, breaks some tackles, and picks up a 1st down. He spun off the first tackle, moved the ball up to the 45-yard line, where I believe Robert Austin makes the stop. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Anderson County Mavericks. The ball at the Oak Ridge 45. They're moving crisply. The Wildcats trying to get players off the field, and Anderson County's ready to go. They're out of the huddle quickly, splitting receivers to the left and to the right. Up to the line they'll come. 1st down, 10 at the 45-yard line. 7-6 Oak Ridge in the lead. 4-man front. Quarterback to pass. Across the middle. Pass is going to be caught. And then up the field, he moves the ball all the way to the 20-yard line. The Wildcats did not make the stop on the initial contact. And it'll be 1st and 10 Mavericks, and they're looking good. Driving the ball all the way to the 20-yard line. Jeremy Kesterson there on the catch, and what was more impressive was his run after the catch. Broke several tackles, and they're inside the 25-yard line. The ball right at the Oak Ridge 20. Here come the Mavericks, moving left to right once again. Quarterback Tanner Williams in a rhythm right now. 2 receivers to the left, Wilson to the right. The Wildcats showing blitz. Quarterback changes a bit, gets a blocker now on the right side. Mavericks taking a little longer to get this play off. 1st down, 10. High snap, pressure, throw, pass incomplete. There's a miscommunication there between Wilson and his quarterback. Morgan Guymon defending. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10 yards to go. We're down to 9:05 to play in the 3rd quarter in a 7-6 ball game. Oak Ridge in the lead. I see several former Wildcats. Ryan Wilson last year's punter in attendance here. I saw a great crowd. You pointed it out to me. I can see just from our window there's a lot of people that you told me to go outside, and there's a tremendous crowd here.
It's packed. I tell you what, this place couldn't hold a whole lot more except unless you put them around the track.
Second down, 10 yards to go. 3 receivers to the left. The Wildcats showing a blitz once again. Here they come. Here comes the screen pass. It is intercepted by Oak Ridge. Up the field. Guess who's got it? At the 35 to the 40. Down the field it goes to Tracy Hunt. It'll be first down, 10 yards to go. A deflection and then an interception. Big play. Tracy Hunt. First and 10, Oak Ridge.
I tell you, Oak Ridge's defensive ends and their defensive linemen have been trained so well. When they see that screen, don't rush, lay back, and Tracy Hunt did exactly that. Quarterback threw it, and he tipped the ball up to himself, and then had a nice return. Huge play in this ball game for Tracy Hunt.
Wildcat offense has got to take advantage of it. The ball's at the 42-yard line. Incidentally, Tracy Hunt will be on the television show, The Interview, this coming Wednesday on Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15, live from the Flatwater Grill. We hope you'll join us there. Or at 7 o'clock on Channel 15. First down, 10 yards to go. The Wildcats with 2 receivers to the left. Bradley Zulliger under center, actually from the shotgun, hands it off to the back in the middle of the line, stumbles forward, and is going to be tackled hard after a gain of about 2. The stop is made by Dylan Sane. Well, the Wildcats, Jonathan Hairston, a little slow to get up. The gain on the play is up to the 38-yard line. Officially no gain. It'll bring up second down, 10 yards to go. Wildcats in the lead, 7-6. Big plays on both sides of the ball defensively for both the Mavericks and the Wildcats. Let's see if the Wildcats can capitalize. Morgan Guymon, Jordan Woolard split to the right. 2 receivers split to the left. 7-6 Oak Ridge. 8:17 to play third quarter. Bradley Zulliger back to pass. Straight drop, middle of the field. Wide open pass. Touchdown Oak Ridge! Morgan Guymon makes the catch, and Oak Ridge leads it 13-6.
Yeah, it looks like the exact same play they scored earlier on. Bradley pumped it one way, and then Morgan Guymon was running the post pattern, and he came free from the free safety. Nice throw, nice catch, trots into the end zone. Oak Ridge up 13-6.
And the Wildcats will go for the extra point. So the Wildcats take advantage of the miscue by the Mavericks, and they lead it by a score of 13-6, 8:06 to play in the third quarter. Brett Beeler to attempt the extra point. Zach Zulliger to hold. James Norman to snap. Snap is good. Lots of pressure. Kick is on his way by the freshman. Good. 14-6. Oak Ridge on top of the Anderson County Mavericks here at Anderson County High School. Take a break. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Here's the high pop-up kick. It's going to bounce. It's going to be fielded by the Mavericks, and up the sideline they'll go. And then the Wildcats make the stop at around the 33-yard line. And that is where Anderson County will take over. First down, 10 yards to go. You know, Tracy Hunt, I believe that's probably his first interception of his career as a Wildcat, and what a big play it was.
It was a big play, and I tell you what, Oak Ridge came on a blitz with the linebackers that time, which is a perfect call against it when he run that screen. And Tracy did his job, hung back, knocked the ball to himself actually, and then had a nice, about a 40 or so yard return.
Ball is at the 34-yard line. The Mavericks moving left to right here, trailing 14-6. 8 minutes to play in the third quarter. Shotgun once again for them. Ball's at the 34. High snap, rolling to his right, fakes the pump, throws up a duck. Wounded duck to Wilson. Morgan Guymon can't make the play though, and Wilson's going to move the ball inside the 10-yard line. I don't see any flags down on the field. A high pass, and somehow Morgan got caught behind the big lanky receiver, and they're inside the 10, knocking on the door.
You know, you think he's got a chance to intercept that ball, and then it just at the last minute, the big number 6 comes up with the ball, big play. The receiver over here kind of flinched, and I think that's what the Oak Ridge fans were saying. But as long as he's set for a second, he can get back.
So it'll be first down, goal to go. The ball's at the 7-yard line. So just when Oak Ridge gets a little bit of breathing room here, the Mavericks come right down the field on one play, and it'll be first down, goal to go at the 7-yard line. Waiting for something. The quarterback seems to be in a bit distressed. Has the play. Not a whole lot of working room now as the Maverick receiver Wilson comes in motion to the left. Quarterback rolls to his right. Going to pass the ball. Pass is caught, and he's out of bounds at around. And took out one of the receivers. Goes out of bounds at around the 5-yard line, closer to the, it was right at the 5-yard line, I guess. Took out one of the officials, I think I meant to say, and it'll be second down, a goal to go. The ball at the 5-yard line. Quarterback for the Anderson County Mavericks is Tanner Williams, good junior player. He'll come to the line once again. Wilson splitting out to the right side. Up to the line they'll come. Shotgun once again. Second down, goal to go at the 5-yard line. Shotgun formation. Now Wilson comes in motion to the left. Rolls to pass. Pressured. Fires pass. Closest man to it was a guy in a black hat and a striped shirt. Pass is incomplete. I'll tell you somebody who is going to sleep well tonight, Scott Munger, and that is going to be Morgan Guymon.
He's been all over the place, and it looks like he's pretty much shadowing this big number 6. And that time he started off on the right side, went in motion to the left side, and then looks like he got kind of hung up at getting out to his pattern, and the pass was nowhere near him.
We're down to 7:22 to play in the third quarter, 14-6. Oak Ridge in the lead, but the Mavericks have the ball just outside the 5. Third down, goal to go. They trail the Wildcats here at Anderson County High School. Once again, quarterback Williams, back to pass, pressure, boom, big stick, big hit by the Oak Ridge High School Wildcats, and they blasting down at the 15-yard line. Was that Alex Ingham?
I believe that was James Norman, and it looks like nobody even touched him. He comes just strolling in there, and the quarterback's a lefty. It came from his left side and never saw it coming, and it looks like Anderson County is going to attempt a 30-yard field goal.
From the right hash, the kicker is Nick Beatty. Oak Ridge's defense has come to play tonight. Beatty to attempt the field goal from the right hash, 30-yarder. Good snap, lots of pressure. Kick is on its way. It's up. It looks good. It is good. So a field goal, and the Wildcats still lead it by a score of 14-9. 6:44 to play third quarter. What a game.
Boy, you ain't kidding. It is a great game, and I tell you, once again, Oak Ridge did a great job. They had the ball first and goal from the 5 and held them to a field goal, exactly what you need to do after that big play.
So both teams, let's take a quick timeout. Let's send it off to Tim Young, and we haven't taken many timeouts. We'll be back with the Anderson County kickoff in 30 seconds. Onside kick right here.
I think it was stupid.
David Clary back here along with Scott Munger, Tim Youngkin, Aaron Cowanbanker, Colby Merriman, Connor Goldmeyer, James Branson, and Matthew Foxworth as the Mavericks prepare to kick off to the Wildcats in a close one. 14-9, Oak Ridge in the lead, 6:44 to play in the third quarter. Mavericks getting ready to kick off. Nick Beatty's the man, 5'8", 180-pounder. Here it is. It's an onside kick. It's going to be covered by the Wildcats at the 45-yard line. And the Wildcats will have great field position at the 45.
Yeah, I don't know if that was an onside kick or if it looks like what they did is just tried to kill it, just a line drive shot. I believe that was Stingham Bingham. Looks like some Oak Ridge Wildcat is down on the play. Can't see who it is. We're blocked by the officials as Chrissy comes in to take a look at that injured Wildcat.
Chrissy Davis is the trainer of the Wildcats and being assisted out there. Is that Nick Suttles out there with Chrissy?
That is Dr. Nick Suttles out there.
And Coach Jim Younger is out there to assist anyway. I cannot see the number from here, but the injured Wildcat he's kind of...
Bingham.
Oh, that's too bad. Sam Bingham, he's kind of twisted a bit and turned over, and they attend to him, and he's getting up. And if it's indeed Big Sam, that is the case. Sam runs off the field. And, Coach, Coach, I don't know if I can repeat this story, but Coach Blade told the guys, and of course he's joking, you almost better be dead, because if I have to take off my headset and come out there to see you laying on the field, I'm not going to be a happy man. And so Sam pops up and he runs off the field.
You don't forget those words, I can tell you. And I tell you what, a nice job is as Sam's going off the field, the whole offense shakes his hand. You don't see that whole lot. They don't want to see their teammate hurt.
I tell you, Sam's one of the nicest kids you can meet anyway.
Oh, absolutely. And what a great kid to be around.
Here come the Wildcats back on offense. Their lead is 5, 14-9, 6:40 to play. Here in the third quarter, Oak Ridge 1st and 10. Handoff goes to the running back, and just nothing right up the middle. The Wildcats have struggled to get much yardage up the middle, with the exception of a quarterback run. That was Rocky, I think, moving the ball to the 40. Little tentative, didn't really hit the hole, but maybe there wasn't a hole on that left side. It'll be 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Wildcats center is James Norman. Wildcats have Jose Valadon and Jonathan Hairston, Jeffrey Card on the line, along with Ben Fuller. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Shotgun for Oak Ridge. The ball at their own 45-yard line. Bradley rolls to his right, looks, wants to run it. And this time, probably not a great decision. Didn't really have a whole lot. Bradley's so used to being able to just pick it up and go with it. That time, there were a lot of blue shirts out that way. Good coverage by Anderson County. Nobody open. It's a loss on the play of 3, or maybe just a yard as they put it down officially at the 44. It'll be 3rd down and 11. And the high-powered Anderson County Maverick offense, you really don't want them to get their hands back on the ball. The Wildcats need to start moving the chains here.
Yeah, absolutely. I tell you what, you have to be very impressed with their offense. And like you said, they're going to throw the ball all over the place, which they've already done for 2.5 quarters.
3rd down, 11 yards to go. Bradley Zulliger, 4-man front. 3 receivers to the left. Bradley back to pass, pressured. They set the screen up. It's caught by Rocky Flood. Rocky at the 50. Rocky picks up a 1st down, and he fumbles the football at the end of the play, and Anderson County recovers it at the 41. Rocky did so much positive on that, fought and scraped and fought his way to get a 1st down, and in doing so, had the ball knocked away from him, and then Mavericks have the ball at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, tough break that time by Rocky. He gets the ball and goes up the middle with relative ease. He gets. They needed 11 yards for a 1st down. He gets, after about 8 yards, it's all second effort. He gets the 1st down, and then right as he's going down, the ball's popped loose.
1st and 10, good field position for the Mavericks in a 14-9 ball game. 5:10 to play. I heard Coach Rosser upstairs not happy with that. Shotgun once again, quarterback to pass, pressured, running, fires a pass, incomplete. Wildcats got a lot of pressure once again on the quarterback. He got popped a couple times, and he's feeling it a little bit. The Wildcats' Chris Harder got a shot on him that time. You had to deliver the pass much sooner than he wanted to. 2nd down, 10 yards to go. As once again, there's players coming in and out of the ball game. They'll substitute David Mabe, a receiver, out, one of their main guys, and the play to the team out on the field and up to the line they'll come. Once again, splitting out to the left, Josh Wilson, 6'4", 210 receiver. 3 receivers to the right. The shotgun formation. Let's see if they direct a snap to the running back. No, it's back to the quarterback. Setting up a screen, setting up to be sacked. Dumps a pass and throws it away. Good play. He was about to be sacked by everybody. I mean, there were a lot of white shirts over there, Harder and several other guys, and he was going down, and as he was going down, he threw one out of bounds.
It's a heads-up play once again by the quarterback, but I tell you, it was a great play by the defense. They were trying to run that little flare pattern, like I like to call it, and there is a flag on the play, David. I'm not sure what that is, but Anderson County is backing up. That would bring up 3rd and 10, so let's see what Oak Ridge decides to do. But it's a great play by the defense. They saw that, and the quarterback could never throw it to that flare pattern, and it's ineligible downfield, and Oak Ridge will decline it. Brings up 3rd and 10.
Ball's at the 40-yard line. 4 minutes, 56 seconds to play third quarter. 14-9. Oak Ridge on top of Anderson County. Ball officially right at the 41-yard line of the Mavericks. Shotgun once again. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left once again. Quarterback back to pass. Feeling pressure. Sacked. Wildcats blast him right at the line. The Wildcats defense is doing much better job down the field, and this is the first time that Anderson County has punted in the ballgame.
It is, and once again, great job by the defense. Quarterback, as long as Oak Ridge is getting a lot of pressure on him, and he's having to fight for everything he gets. And that time, I'm not sure, a big stick, I believe it may have been Robert Austin, and one other Wildcat in on that play.
Brady Hull back to receive the kick for Oak Ridge. The first punt presumably, of the night for the Mavericks. Here's the snap. It's good. The punt blocked! Blocked! He took too much time. The Wildcats are going to pick it up if they can get on it. Ball is recovered at the 24-yard line. Flags are down. It can't be roughing the kicker.
No, not at all. I mean, it's blocked. It doesn't matter what you do to the punter. And we've got a hold, it looks like, possibly against someone. Hold against, I believe it's going to be against Anderson County. That won't matter. Oak Ridge takes over, and big play once again. I believe, who was that blocked the punt? I couldn't see.
I might have been, I'm not sure. I'm not going to assume who it was. Maybe upstairs they can tell us. Maybe Mike can tell us. But either way, Oak Ridge has the ball, first down, 10 yards to go. The punter took entirely too much time. The snap came back to him. He took some time, looked, and then just got it blocked big time. I mean, all contact, full hand contact, as the Wildcats will take over, first down and 10 yards to go. The ball is at the 24-yard line. Oak Ridge's defense, Anderson County, you've been talking about their high-powered offense, but Oak Ridge's defense is a high-powered defense and has really done some big things tonight. Now let's see if Oak Ridge can take advantage of it. Here's Zach Zulliger running the ball. Sure-handed Zach moves the ball to the 20. Zach is not as spectacular as, say, some of the other running backs, but there's one thing he's going to do. He's going to have that ball tuck, and he's going to run hard, and he gets about 4 yards on that run.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice to see him in. I know he's worked a little bit all over the field. He worked at quarterback, worked at, of course, free safety corner, and now he's getting a little bit of playing time at running back, and Zach he'll stick it up in there.
3 minutes, 41 seconds to play third quarter, 14-9. Oak Ridge in the lead. Wildcat quarterback is Bradley Zulliger at the 20-yard line of Anderson County. Bradley's going to run it, and not very far, though. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. I think that's Bradley's had a lot of success, but good defensive stop. And, we're talking about Oak Ridge's defense. Anderson County's a pretty good defense, too.
Well, they are, and they're not that big up front, but they've got some good linebackers, and their secondary guys, all those guys can run. And, Oak Ridge has done a great job of attacking the middle. They're getting that free safety out. Bradley's pumped twice one way and come back and thrown 2 touchdown passes the other way.
Ryan Hall and Zach Witherspoon splitting off to the far right. Woolard and Guymon to the left side. Bradley fakes the handoff, looks, dumps the pass, caught. And it'll be a gain of about 4. It'll be fourth down. The catch is made by Ryan Hall. Tackled it around the 16. It'll be fourth down and a yard, maybe 2. 2:38 to play. It's a long yard for sure for the Wildcats. The ball is at just outside the 15. 2.5 minutes to play. 14-9. We're in the third quarter. Oak Ridge on top. Here comes the Wildcats going for it. Bradley Zulliger. Let's see if he just gets behind big James Normand and just pushes the ball for that extra yard. He sneaks the ball forward, and a great push. Still going. He picks up the first down inside the 15-yard line. 1st and 10, Oak Ridge.
Yeah, nice job that time. They actually, kind of surprising, they left the center uncovered, and Bradley just got it and picked up the first down easily. Matter of fact, picked up 2 or 3 more extra yards, and now Oak Ridge in business, first down from the 14-yard line.
Clock is wound and moving. 2:07 to play third quarter, 14-9. The Wildcats in the lead. Our camera personnel, James Branson, Matthew Foxworth down on the field, along with Connor Goldmeyer. Up top, we've got Colby Merriman. The replay can be seen 12 noon on Saturday. Bradley Zulliger from the shotgun, once again from the 15. One running back, his brother, Zach Zulliger. Here's the snap, and the handoff goes to Zach, and Zach moves the ball hard to the 10-yard line, tackled at that point, and with 1:39 and counting here in the third quarter, Oak Ridge's lead is 14-9, and a very big, quiet Anderson County crowd.
Absolutely, a couple big plays, a blocked punt, of course, the big play, and then right before that, the interception from Tracy Hunt, and Oak Ridge has made a lot of big plays, and it'd be nice to make them one more at least right here.
Up to the line once again. Once again will come Woolard and Guymon split to the right. Witherspoon and Hall to the left. Second down, 6 yards to go. The ball's at the 10. Bradley will hand it to Zach. Zach's at the 5. Runs over a man and takes it in. Touchdown, Oak Ridge. Zach Zulliger scores. And with 1:04 to play, the Wildcats take advantage of that blocked punt. And Zach Zulliger runs it in. And Oak Ridge leads 20-9.
Yeah, very nice play. Just a little trap up the middle. And Zach broke a tackle about the 5-yard line and scampered into the end zone. Oak Ridge up 20-9.
The kicker is the freshman Brett Beeler. 20-9 Oak Ridge. 1:04 to play third quarter. Long snapper James Normand. Here's the snap to the holder. The kick by Beeler is good. 21-9. Oak Ridge on top of the Anderson County Mavericks and a stunned, quiet crowd here at Anderson County High School. We'll take a break, send it off to Tim Youngkin. Back with the kickoff in 60 seconds. I'm going to call one of the guys down there and see. I'm going to call and see one of our camera guys.
And we're back here at Anderson County Stadium. Oak Ridge just now adding to their lead. Oak Ridge up 21-9 at Anderson County with 1 minute 4 seconds left to play in this third quarter. Oak Ridge seeing a 7-yard scamper by senior Zach Zulliger. Freshman Brett Beeler on the tee, kicks the ball up, high pop-up kick, right side, no fair catch asked for. Return man fields it at the 25, reverses position, and will be, looks like, gets a gap, stiff arm to the right side, and pushed out of bounds at the 47-yard line. Nice return that time. Once again, the big number 6, Josh Wilson.
Thanks a lot, Scott. I noticed Chris Harder cramping a bit down there as he and his defense get ready to come onto the field. The Mavericks trail Oak Ridge 21-9 in what has been a very exciting ball game. I thought last week's game was pretty exciting, but this one is a really good one going on here at Anderson County. Next week we'll be at Carnes, a very short road trip. We'll hope you'll make it out to Carnes. 54 seconds to play third quarter, 21-9. Oak Ridge on top of the Mavericks. Quarterback from the shotgun once again, 1st and 10 at midfield. Back to pass, Williams fires it across the middle, pass, boom, and a big stick. The catch is made at the 35-yard line, and Johnny Van delivers a blow on Josh Wilson, but not before he picks up an Anderson County first down.
Oh boy, it's a nice stick, and I tell you what, Wilson's got his helmet off and is thinking about it. Nice pattern, runs straight into the center of the field. The ball's just a little bit high, and Johnny Van lowers the boom on him, and I'm sure number 6 Wilson's seeing some cobwebs right now.
You said it many times, pound for pound, he might be the hardest hitter on the team.
Oh, absolutely.
Here come the Mavericks to the line, 40 seconds to play. Third quarter, 21-9, Oak Ridge in the lead. Wildcats need a stop here as the Maverick quarterback fires the pass, dropped. He's thinking about it. Brian Loeffler defending along with Morgan Guymon. He got popped a minute ago, and I knew there were 2 white shirts around him, and I think he was thinking about it. The sideline was there too. It's an incompletion.
You know, I'm kind of surprised at the coaching staff. I mean, he got knocked. He got a big shot, and it was to the head. And to come back to him on the very next play, I don't think that's very good offense right there.
Second down, 10 yards to go for the Mavericks. We're down to 32 seconds to play in the third quarter. Oak Ridge on top, 21-9. Quarterback hands it to the back. It moves up the ball up the field and is tackled, upended actually by Morgan Guymon at the 30-yard line. It'll be third down and about 4 yards to go, closer to 3 yards as they put the ball, gave him a pretty good spot right at actually a good spot. Actually, the officiating has been really good in this game tonight.
It really has been, and there's been very little controversy whatsoever. So far, it's been a clean game for such a big rivalry.
It's going to be officially third down and 5 yards to go at the 30-yard line. 3 receivers to the left, and that is the final play of the third quarter. We have played 3 quarters of football here at Anderson County High School in a stunned, shocked crowd. I think Anderson County thought they would entertain a Wildcat team and blow them out with their high-powered offense, and so far, Oak Ridge's defense has been up to the task. 21-9 is our score. We'll take a break, send it off to Tim Youngkin and Aaron Kallenbanker. We'll be back in 60 seconds. That's what I thought. Back here comes the quarterback sneaking the ball up the field. Guess what? He's going nowhere. He's blocked down nicely at the line of scrimmage by Oak Ridge's Cody Roach, number 55. It'll be 4th down and 5. Brian Loeffler was the guy who blocked the punt earlier, and he's blocked 2 already this year, and that was his 3rd, but that was the cleanest block of the 3.
Boy, it really was, and I tell you what, the snap was really slow, and the punter looked like he was only about 12 yards deep. Took a long time. It's just a recipe for disaster.
I kind of thought it was him when it actually was blocked, but I didn't want to say because, well, I just didn't want to be in error. What we found out from the sideline, it indeed was Brian Loeffler who blocked the punt. 11:22 to play in the game, 21-9. 4th down and 6. Quarterback rolling to pass. To his left, running, trying to get the corner. Flags are down. Here's a pass, batted away on a nice play by Morgan Guymon. We're probably going to get a hold up here. It was 4th down. They had to convert to maintain possession, and it'll be, let's see, no signal from the official. They're going to say it is going to be illegal block. Anderson County, and yeah, decline it, and the Wildcats will take over.
Yeah, it looks like the Anderson County's offense is still on the field. That was 4th down. Once again, nice play. Morgan Guymon made a nice break on the ball to bat the ball away. And once again, after some adversity, this Oak Ridge defense steps up and makes a couple, really 2 or 3 big plays in that series.
Oak Ridge in the lead, 21-9, and a great ball game here from Anderson County. Oak Ridge with 11:10 on the clock, and the Wildcats need to come to the line here. The final conversation between Coach Scott Blade, head coach of the Wildcats. Oak Ridge trying to go 4-0 in District 3 play. They'll play Carnes and Hardin Valley back-to-back, then Clinton and Campbell County to close out the year. 1st and 10, ball's at the 31-yard line. Under center goes Bradley Zulliger. Zach Zulliger, his brother, the running back, and Zach's got a big hole across the 40, picks up a 1st down. The reason why Zach Zulliger got moved, as Chad Blakely makes the stop, the reason they moved Zach Zulliger from being running back is because when Cam Gregg got hurt, they put Zach back in the secondary back there to try to keep him fresh on the defensive side of the ball. But, he's proving to be maybe the most reliable running back besides his brother.
Yeah, absolutely. And I tell you what, I think Zach's hurt. You look at him walking to the huddle, and he's got a big limp. It looks like his left ankle or left knee's hurt.
Hopefully it's not that knee that he had trouble with a year ago. 1st and 10. Bradley Zulliger has the snap and moves the ball for a gain of about 5, and time is ticking down for the Mavericks here. 10:39 to play in the ball game, 21-9. Oak Ridge on top of the Anderson County Mavericks as we play here at Anderson County High School. Beautiful Anderson County High School, and remember just I guess when we were younger, there was nothing out here at all. No restaurants, maybe a gas station or two. It's really grown up out here. Yes.
It has. I mean, they've done a good job, and once they put this school in, of course, things are going to happen around it, and it's especially with this exit here. I mean, it's tons of restaurants around here.
2nd and 5. Bradley runs the ball himself and gains about 4. Listen how quiet this crowd is, Scott. I mean, there is a tremendous crowd of Anderson County fans here. Good Oak Ridge turnout here as well, but it is so quiet.
Yeah, I know. I had a couple of players said something to me about fireworks before the game. I'm going, you got to be kidding me. I mean, they're doing that, just for this game, and it looks like Oak Ridge has had the better of the fireworks show.
3rd down and about 1.5 yards to go for a 1st. Johnny Vans, that's Jordan Woolard out to the right side along with Brady Hull. Wildcats come up. 3rd down and about 1 yard to go. 2 receivers left, 1 lone running back. The Wildcats, Bradley Zulliger pushes the ball forward. He's got a 1st down. He moves the ball across the 45-yard line, tackled at about the 44, and the time is beginning to become a ally of the Wildcats. We're ticking it on down to 9:19, and another fresh set of downs for the Wildcats. The ball's at the 44-yard line, 21-9. The Wildcats lead the all-time series 5-1, but the last time the two teams played, Anderson County came away with their only win. And then Larry Kerr and the group said no more. They're not going to play anymore. And now they're back in the district here. And I think it's going to be a very healthy, very fun rivalry, I think. I formation for the Wildcats. 1st and 10. 9 minutes to play. Handoff goes tailback. And that is Tyrus Henderson. And Tyrus squirts the ball forward on 2nd effort behind Jeffrey Card and Jonathan Hairston and James Norman, Ben Fuller. and those guys out on the offensive line. Jose Valadon, and gains about 2 yards. Second down and about 8 yards to go. I don't know. Can you see Zach across the field there? And that's really the main reason that they didn't want to play him so much on running back, because of his defensive abilities.
Yeah, it's a shame, and now you're losing your one of your leading rushers and your free safety back there. So that's a double whammy.
8:25 to play. 21-9 Oak Ridge in the lead. Bradley's going to pass. Pass is going to be incomplete. Intended out at the 35-yard line. A low pass. Is that Witherspoon out there? I believe it is Zach Witherspoon, the intended receiver. Zach has a long touchdown. In fact, the 2 touchdowns tonight are very similar plays. Or 2 of the touchdowns for the Wildcats, very similar plays. The middle of the field, long passes. One to Zach Witherspoon and one to Morgan Guymon.
I think right now would be a great time to do it. I think Bradley does a good job. He goes back, got 2 guys running the post pattern. He fakes one way, goes back the other way, gets the free safety out of position.
Third down, 7 yards to go. Bradley rolls to his right. There's Morgan Guymon open. Pass is incomplete, though. And the Wildcats are in 4th down situation. That'll bring the punt team out on the field here. And Stephen Munger, wearing number 21, will come out to punt his second punt of the ball game. His first one went for 45 yards. And it'll be 4th down and 7. Flip the field right here and pin them back. 8:10 to play in the ball game. Still a close one. 21-9. Players trying to get off the field for the Mavericks, and they do. 4th down, 7 yards to go. Snap is good, no pressure. And a nice punt by Stephen Munger. High, towering punt all the way to the 1-yard line. He's going to go backwards. They're going to be a touchback. He caught the ball at the goal line.
I'm not sure. I guess his momentum maybe took, but he caught on about the 1 and then went into the end zone. I didn't think you could do that. I know if it goes into the end zone, it's a touchback, but I'm not too sure about that call right there.
One thing, I'm going to talk about your son Stephen here. One thing, he's got some good hang time on his punts, and that kind of kept it up there. The Wildcat coverage was down the field. He wasn't going anywhere anyway. Ball's at the 20-yard line. Once again, the Mavericks have it 1st and 10 at the 20. They can move the ball quickly down the field, so the Wildcat defense has got to continue to play as well as they have. Shotgun once again, 1st and 10 at the 20. Little quick pass that swings it out of the backfield up the sideline, and they break a tackle and pick up a 1st down. And then tackle is made at around the 37-yard line, and then a flag comes in, and then there's pushing and shoving on Johnny Van and Morgan Guymon on that side, but they threw the ball on the sideline, got somebody hot on the Maverick sideline. And I guess it is a face mask, but there was some hot tempers taking place. The Wildcats can ill afford to give up continued big plays. I see Zach's out on the field there, Zach Zulliger, and he's still hobbled a bit. He's definitely limping. I don't know that really he should remain in the ball game, because he's definitely not 100%.
No, you can tell it looks like an ankle injury, and they've got a whole bunch of tape on it. And hopefully he'll hang in there and not have to run a whole heck of a lot. But you're playing safety; he's going to have to do something.
Ball's at the midfield stripe. 1st and 10, Anderson County. 7:51 to play in the game. 21-9 Oak Ridge in the lead. Williams back to pass. Pumps, no place to go, tries to run it. Now he's sacked, big time blasted out of bounds by the Wildcats, and he's knocked out at around the 45-yard line. Tanner Williams is the guy who knocks him down. It'll be, or as the guy knocked down the quarterback, and he'll lose yardage back to the 47-yard line. Must have been pretty good coverage down the field for the Wildcats.
It was actually very good coverage, and the quarterback was running for his life. He had pressure over here from Austin, and then finished off by Chris Harder.
7:45 to play in the ball game. 21-9 Oak Ridge in the lead. We're at Anderson County High School. Next week we're at Carnes. Once again, 2nd down, long. Quarterback, lots of time. Now it's breaking down on him. He's going to be sacked. Sacked again. Back at the 42-yard line. This time, Tracy Hunt. Tracy's been all over the field tonight.
They really have. And James Norman lost his helmet early in the play and kept going. It shows you what kind of heart that kid's got. And I tell you what, these defensive ends have been the difference. I mean, Tracy Hunt and Robert Austin have played outstanding ball. And they're, like I said, 2 guys that look like mirror images of each other, in their uniforms. But they've had a great game this game.
It'll be 3rd down and long. 3rd and 20. 7:09 to play in the ball game. 21-9 our score. The Wildcats in the lead. Third down, they need to get the ball to the Oak Ridge 39. Quarterback rolling to his right, lots of pressure. They've been all over him tonight. Pass is incomplete. Great job of the Wildcats, and you can tell the Maverick line is getting tired because Oak Ridge's bull rush is just overpowering him now, and the quarterback's leg seems to be lost as well.
Yeah, absolutely. The quarterback's having to fight for everything he can get, and that time they just sprint out to the right, and in order to do that, you've got to block that defensive end. They couldn't block Tracy Hunt, and made the quarterback throw the ball, and actually got his hands into the chest of the quarterback, and the throw went about 4 yards.
They're in punt formation, 4th down and 20. Nobody back to receive. Nobody's even back, and they're going to punt it. It's a line drive kick. It's going to roll all the way down to the 20-yard line and down to the 19, and that's where Oak Ridge will take over. 6:47 to play, and some of the home crowd beginning to head to the exits here as Oak Ridge leads 21-9. 6:45 to play. Big plays in the ball game. Interception and return by Tracy Hunt, setting up an Oak Ridge touchdown. The blocked punt by Brian Loeffler. 2 big defensive plays, and the pressure brought on by the Oak Ridge defensive front has been huge, and the linebackers and the entire defensive effort.
Well, the first quarter, I don't remember them getting a whole lot of pressure on the quarterback, and then really in the second, third, and so far in this fourth quarter, the quarterback is running for his life, and you can tell the conditioning for Oak Ridge is really stepping up and making a big difference in this game. 1st
and 10 Oak Ridge, the ball at the 19-yard line, 6:45 to play, 21-9 Oak Ridge. Handoff goes running back, boom, nothing. Maybe a yard at most. It might have been Tyrus Henderson trying to get some yardage for the Wildcats, some fresh legs out there. I think Coach Blade, the Wildcats had turned the ball over in back-to-back games at the running back position and just trying to get somebody a little sure-handed in there. And Tyrus Henderson actually does have a fumble in this, but it was kind of a weird kind of fumble, ripped out of his hands. 6:19 and counting, 21-9 Oak Ridge. Bradley Zulliger has his second down, 9 yards to go. The ball's right at the 20-yard line. Bradley has the snap, looks to pass. Floats it deep. Jordan Woolard, the intended receiver, and a pass is incomplete. Very nearly picked off by the Mavericks. Jordan kind of turned around and really didn't make a great effort to go at the ball, and very fortunate that it was dropped by Zane Roberts.
Yeah, it looks like from here, as soon as he threw it, it looks like it was going to be picked off, and thank goodness it wasn't. And I think Oak Ridge got by one of the offensive right tackle over here. I think he jumped a little bit right before the ball was snapped, but they didn't call it. Brings up 3rd and a long 9.
You'd like to get a few first downs here because you don't want Anderson Kennedy to get their hands on the ball. And I think Coach Blade knows how important this position and this play is for his team, and the Wildcats call a timeout. 6 minutes to play in the ball game, 21-9 our score. Let's take a break. We'll send it off to Tim Yunkett and Aaron Cowenbanker back at the studios. We appreciate Cook's Comfort Systems for helping us with our broadcasts on prepradio.com, and of course Seaside Construction Company down in Florida, and of course Parks Grove Commons as well. Let's take a break. We'll send it off. No, we're going to hold it right here. The Wildcats are about to break as the Wildcat Band is playing the fight song here. And I'm looking for the wireless here, and I think, Scott, I don't know if we're going to be doing player interviews or not. We might have to need a timeout to get it all hooked up here. I don't see it. It must be upstairs someplace as the Wildcats lead at 21-9 and what has been an exciting ball game.
Wow, this has been a heck of a game, and I tell you what, a lot of just great individual efforts, and I'm not going to say anything now because I'm going to wait until the end of the game. I want to make sure we're going to win this and pull this one out, but big play in this ball game, 3rd and 9, and you don't, even though Oak Ridge is up 2 scores, you do not want to give them a chance to score and then come back with an onside kick.
You want to play it safe here. You don't want to throw an interception that they return immediately in for a touchdown. Let's see what Bradley and the Wildcats do. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Bradley Zulliger, 3rd down 9. Rolls to his right, has a lot of room. Dumps the pass. Morgan Guymon makes a great catch, and I think it's going to be enough. Well, it's right at the, Morgan Guymon doesn't drop anything. He had somebody just wrapped all over him, and they're going to have to bring the chains on. I don't know. I think it might be about a half a yard short from my vantage point. The spot is not a great one, although I have no problems at all with the way the game has been officiated tonight. I think both sides have, from my vantage point, it looks short by about 3 inches.
Yeah, I think you're right. And it may be, but what a great catch that time by Morgan Guymon. He pinned it up on his shoulder pad with his right arm, or maybe his left arm, whichever way he spun. But nice job, and it's going to be very, very close. And they have stretched out the chains, and indeed, still no marker, and the referee is going to have to get his magnifying glass out. It looks like going to bring up 4th and 4th and about an inch. So what do you do here? I think you do, but you think especially with the ease they've gone for these, especially if they don't put anybody on the center, you think you may go for it, but let's see what they do.
That's why Scott Blade makes the big bucks at Oak Ridge High School, and it's 4th down inches to go, 5:42 to play. I don't see any punter coming out there, and with Big James, Jeff Card, Jose Valadon, Ben Fuller, and Jonathan Harrison, they're going to try to get that inch. Ball's at the 29-yard line. Bradley Zulliger right under.
They may try to draw him off sides.
Here's the snap, and Bradley pushes, and he got it.
Yep.
Bradley just barely, I think, got it, but we'll have to see. I mean, it is so close. Nobody's celebrating in the blue and silver down here. As a while
said it was a first down. He's pointing that way.
Yeah, but Bradley's going to say that, I
think he's got it. I think it's if he doesn't have it by much, but I do believe that it's going to be a first down.
They're going to bring the chains once again across the field, and here come the chain guys. 5:27 to play. 21-9 is our score. Oak Ridge in the lead. Next week we're at Carnes, and that's the first 6A school we'll be playing, and that is a big one. The Wildcats, and we'll play Hardin Valley the final week. They're the only 2 6A schools in our district. The chains are stretched, and it is a 1st and 10 for the Cardinal and Gray with 5:27 to play. He didn't get it by much, but it was just enough, and the drive continues.
You get 10 yards in an inch, that's a first down. That's all they needed, and that's what they got. I know nothing about Carnes. I don't think they're the best team in the world.
They beat Powell. I think they've won 2 in a row. They beat Powell, I know that, but then they're losing the Halls tonight, so who knows? You never know. Everybody's so equal, I think, in our district, with the exception of Anderson County, Oak Ridge, and Clinton, I believe. I think they're head and shoulders above the rest of them, at least what we've seen. 2 receivers to the left. We're down to 5:04 to play in the game. 21-9 Oak Ridge. 2 receivers to the left, 3 to the right for Bradley Zulliger. Bradley's just going to sneak the ball forward again. This time he got about 4 yards on the play. It'll bring up for the Wildcats, 2nd down and 6, and the time is no longer in the favor of the Mavericks. They are losing 21-9, 4 minutes, 42 seconds to play. The Wildcats trying to go a perfect 4-0 in District 3 play and send the Mavericks to their first district loss, as the Wildcats lead at 21-9, 4:30 to play in the ball game. Jordan Woolard and a single-man split to the left. That's Morgan Guymon. 2 receivers to the right. Bradley Zulliger from the 34-yard line. 2nd down and a long 5. James Norman is the center. Zach Zulliger is the running back in the backfield, showing blitz. Here comes the handoff to Zach, and he is popped in the backfield. And it was actually on his knees, really, basically.
That was just kind of a weird outcome there, wasn't it? It was almost a stalemate. We got a injured player. It looks like one of the Mavericks is down on the field.
We just beat them 14-7. This group from Anderson County took them to the woodshed last week. Of course, Halls helped them a great deal with a lot of turnovers. The injured player is taken off on a gurney and will be taken in to have his leg looked at, and we hope he's okay. Now we're going to resume play here. Wildcats have it 3rd and 7, under 4 minutes to play in the ball game. Bradley rolls to pass. Looks, dumps the pass to his receiver, I think, who makes the catch, but he's shy of a first down by about 3. The catch is made out there by, or I guess it is complete. The loudspeaker guy, wrong. I think it was Morgan Guymon who makes the catch out at the 38-yard line, and I would milk the clock as long as I could. Stephen Munger prepares to punt the ball away. This will be his 3rd punt of the night. 3:28 to play in the game. 21-9, Oak Ridge in the lead. It's 4th down and 2. Everybody up on the line for the Anderson County Mavericks, except the one man back, and here's a good snap, pressure, lots of time, gets away, a bounding kick. Going to take a bounce, and it's going to be picked up. No, he fumbles it. The ball's on the ground. It's still rolling back there at the 15-yard line. I don't know if he ever actually touched it. He attempted to go for it and then overran it a bit. And then the Wildcats all the way down the field, and Ryan Hall downs it at the 15-yard line. And they've got 3:05 to play in the game, trailing 21-9. The Maverick offense, here they come again. And, they can score quickly. Wildcat defense has just got to hold on one more series, I guess. Here come the Mavericks once again. Tanner Williams, their quarterback, starting this drive at the 15-yard line. They've gotten some pretty good plays on first down against the Wildcats, deep in their own territory. Let's see what they do on this one. Up to the line they'll come. Handoff goes to the running back, and oh boy, that's not a smart play. He is going to be hit and dropped. And if I don't know if I were the Maverick faithful, I don't know if I'd be so happy about that, because all that does is start ticking the clock down, and you don't have much time.
It does, but you have to remember they've had a lot of success with that play, so it's not the worst thing in the world. To start off now, I would be a little bit irritated if they come back with that again. But you got a quarterback and a set of receivers like these guys. I think you got to be putting the ball up in the air.
Second down, 11 yards to go. The ball is at the 15-yard line. We're down to 2.5 minutes to play in the ball game. Oak Ridge on top, 21-9, and the quarterback will come from the shotgun once again. High snap, back to pass, pressured, in trouble. He is sacked. James Norman, I think, back at around, or was it Cody Roach? It was Cody Roach back at the 2-yard line. Oak Ridge's defensive line is just overpowering the offensive line of the Mavericks now.
Yeah, they really are. And I tell you what, Cody Roach, another guy, we hadn't talked about him a whole lot, but he's got one of those high motors, and he's just, his engine's always running, and he's done a great job on the defensive line. Now it brings up third and an eternity, 3rd and 24. And, the ball is on, what is it, David, the 2-yard line. So I'd be interesting to see. Wouldn't be surprised to see a draw or a screen here.
Minute 48 to play in the game, 21-9 our score. We're hoping to have some player interviews on the field if I can find the right equipment for it. Operating from his own end zone. Here's the snap. Quarterback to pass. Pressured by Robert Austin. He's in the end zone. Throws one out of the end zone, and it is going to be incomplete. Like Morgan and Zach were fighting for the interception with one another, and it's incomplete.
I'm not too sure if Zach just didn't push Morgan out of the way for it, but the ball was high, and now brings up an interesting punt position. They've already had one blocked, and now they're having to do the tight punt from their own 2-yard line. And I'm telling you, if you've ever done that, that's no fun. It's very, very difficult to get that ball off that quickly in such a tight formation.
He took too much time the last time. Let's see where Brian Loeffler is. He already has one tonight. He gets a nice break, and he almost gets to it again. It's a better kick this time. Fair catch made by Brady Hull at the 38-yard line. 1:20 to play, and Oak Ridge's defense once again rises to the occasion. Yes, Scott, I'll go ahead and take the mic, and we'll set up the equipment while you're gone. But we'll have some player interviews. Make sure the battery works, too, down on the field here as the Wildcats will play out the string. And the Oak Ridge headed for a district win. The Wildcats will knock off Anderson County for the 6th time in 7 games. Mavericks watching Oak Ridge just kind of take some snaps with 1:20 to play. The Oak Ridge fans waving goodbye to the Anderson County Mavericks as Oak Ridge hands the ball off to their running back, who moves the ball forward for a yard or so. And the ball carrier was the quarterback once again. That is Bradley Zulliger. Wildcats in the lead, headed for a victory here. 21-9 is our score as the Wildcats getting ready to come home with a victory here. Under a minute to play. 21-9 is our score. The ball is at the 38-yard line. Be surprised if the Wildcats do anything but just kind of hand the ball off and move the ball forward. Mike Sheehan will have statistics here in a bit as Bradley waits for the time to tick. We're under a minute to play, 42 seconds to play. Oak Ridge is 4-0 in the district. They are now 4-2 on the season as Bradley Zulliger squirts forward to the 35-yard line. And we're ticking it on down. 30 seconds to play. The high-powered Anderson County Maverick offense knocked back tonight by the Oak Ridge defense, holding them to under double digits. Oak Ridge ahead 21-9, and that was the final play of the football game. Oak Ridge has defeated Anderson County on their home field on homecoming, 21-9, the final score. And the Oak Ridge, the glad hands shakes will take place down on the field. Big win for the Wildcats, and a great game played by both teams. The Wildcats just had a few more big plays than did the Mavericks, and Oak Ridge wins the game 21-9. So congratulations to the Wildcats. They are remaining undefeated in District 3 play at 4-0. Let's take a quick break. Send it off to Tim Yunkin and our engineer Aaron Callan Banker back at the station. The Wildcats will come over to the band. They'll play the fight song, and the Wildcats will celebrate a victory here at Anderson County. 21-9, our final score. We'll be back from Anderson County in 2 minutes. victorious tonight over the Anderson County Mavericks on their homecoming. 21-9 is the final score. The Wildcats celebrating in front of the band. And let's go down to the field, I believe, to Scott Munger. He's got several Wildcats down there. And let's go down to Scott Munger.
You guys made it really kind of look easy there.
Yeah, the defense stepped up and played like it's supposed to be.
I thought the defense played just outstanding. I know they put a lot of pressure on you guys in every single way. And it looked to me, toward about the middle way through the second quarter, the defensive line, you guys just absolutely wore them out.
Yeah, coach, that's what it is every game. Just D-line, just step up, and that's what we do.
You guys, y'all had you and your twin brother over here had a great job over there. I know you had a big play in this ball game. It may have probably been the biggest play. You had the interception. Looks like they were trying to run a screen. You saw it. You jumped on it.
Yeah, coach put in a new play this week, and it was for me and Robert to just man up on the running back, and I did it, told him, and that's what I did, picked it off.
Picked it off, and could you not go the distance? Well, you needed one block. Who was that one block you didn't get it from?
Might have been Chris. I'm not really sure. I was just running down the field trying to get somewhere.
Okay, congratulations. Big game next week. Another district game against Carnes.
Yeah, I got some friends at Carnes and look forward to that game.
Me too. Hey, great job, Tracy. Nice job. Nice talking to you. Robert, once again, your twin brother over here, you guys absolutely put so much pressure on those guys. It looked like it was kind of easy for them in the first quarter, and then after that, it looked like to me like the defensive line just took control.
Yeah, coach, they made sure that this is a passing team, so it's really good me and Tracy getting the quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely. And really about midway through the second quarter, every time the quarterback was going back to pass, you or one of the defensive linemen, somebody was in right on.
Yeah, we knew up front they can handle us, so we just tried to make sure and enforce that, and we got to the quarterback and won the game.
Absolutely, great job. Once again, 21-9, great job defense. Brian Loeffler comes up with a big play. We didn't know who it was. We had to find out. We were watching the ball. Nice job on the block kick.
Oh, thanks a lot. Yeah, at first I thought I was going to get picked up there for a minute because that end started blocking me, and then the personal protector started blocking me. But he must have taken a long time to get the ball off, so I just put my hand up, got it in one hand, and luckily blocked it.
What was big play in the game? I think that and the interception by Tracy. Defense y'all played outstanding. Every time that the receivers turned around, there was a defensive back on them. They made a couple of big plays on kind of a fluke plays, but you really shut their offense down.
Yeah, it's true. We only held them 9 points tonight, and there were multiple times when they were in the red zone and we stuffed them. So it's an outstanding job by the defense tonight, causing turnovers, doing as much as we can. Unfortunately, we were put in some bad positions there during some part of the game, but we just held our ground.
You really did. Great job once again, Brian. Very nice game. Morgan, come over here. Morgan, I know you're probably barely standing. You were all over the field tonight.
Yeah, I'm tired. My head really hurts. I don't know what it is.
Well, I'll tell you what, it looks like, I'm not sure what the game plan was, but every time number 6 was anywhere, you were right in his back pocket.
Well, it was just a game plan. Tires on one side, me on the other side, and just happened to come on my side.
And now he got the best of you a couple times. I think one time down here you went for an interception, but take away those 2 big plays. They really don't do a whole lot.
Yeah. Our defense did a great job. We played hard, and we've been preaching. Play 4 quarters, and we finally did it.
Really did. And now on the other end of the ball, big catch down here for the touchdown.
Yeah, it was a play. We've run it maybe 2 times this year, and just happened to get called. I knew what to do.
Well, it's a great catch, and Bradley just threw you. Absolute perfect ball, and then you just kind of breezed into the end zone.
Yes, sir. It was a perfect ball, just good execution.
Once again, the big game tonight, 21-9. Play Carnes, another district foe. Do you know anything about those guys?
I know nothing about them. I hear their quarterback's putting up good numbers, but I don't know anything about them.
You know who the quarterback is?
Yes, it's our old baseball.
I'm sure you've played baseball against him many times. So, once again, Morgan, great ball game, 21-9. We'll close it out here at Anderson County Field. Oak Ridge victorious, 21-9.